It's September 29th, 1995. The Washington Post and the New York Times publish the Unabomber's manifesto. Croatian forces massacre 9 elderly Croatian Serbs in the village of Varavode, Croatia. The O.J. Simpson trial goes to jury. Just when mass murder seems like so much fun, Hollywood ruins that fun because Halloween, the Curse of Michel Myers, comes to theaters.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Why Would You Make This? I am Jimmy Time. I am joined by only one of my co-hosts today, Danny Money. How you doing, dude?
All right, and yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Delta is on a National Lampoon's European vacation, so he's not going to be here, obviously. Taking his place is a friend of the show, the man with no nickname, Joey.
No gimmicks needed.
No. I worked for Chris Candido for a couple of years. Then he did coke, and it kind of went downhill.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead, jump right into the titles of these films. First off, let's start with the United States. The United States had several different working titles. It was amazing to me that they went through this many titles. Number one is Halloween with the O as a number 6. Ooh. There's Halloween 666, The Origin of Michel Myers. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michel Myers. Halloween 666, Curse of Michel Myers, and Halloween, The Origin of Michel Myers. A lot of title switching there, going back and forth.
They just couldn't make up their mind.
They really couldn't.
Which a lot of these are the same title. They
Exactly.
just like, you know what? Let's just cut and paste a whole bunch of that, and then just throw them out there.
Let's just drop the.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw the long list. I was like, oh man, I didn't know this many countries. And then once I started translating, they all just fall in the same thing. Like right here, we got Argentina, the French title in Canada, France, Italy, and the informal literal title in the Netherlands all go by Halloween 6, The Curse of Michel Myers. And then in Argentina, for the video title, Germany, Spain, Hungary, Finland, Mexico, and the DVD in Netherlands all have the name Halloween, The Curse of Michel Myers. Took out the 6.
I guess there's not a lot to be lost in translation because Halloween is an international holiday.
I mean, yeah, as far as I understand,
extent,
it's not really like a specific religion holiday, so.
If you like candy, it's and mass murder, apparently.
Okay, for Italy, just for the poster for some reason, it was called Halloween 6. Just for the poster.
They ran out of room on the poster.
I guess, yeah. We have Portugal with The Curse of Michel Myers, and that's where the normality, I'd say, ends. It's still a little normal after that, but it goes away from the title. So we have Brazil. They called their movie Halloween 6, The Last Revenge.
Which wasn't true.
Well, it was at the time.
I guess.
Because you have to understand, it came out in 95, and then they didn't come out with Halloween H2O until
for another 10 years, something like that?
Yeah. H2O is Halloween 20. It's 20 years after Halloween.
After the original Halloween movie, yeah.
So I think The Last Revenge is kind of apt,
Yeah.
given the story they gave us. It's not apt given the actual movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Czech Republic, Poland, both called Halloween Curse Michel Myers. No the, no of, just curse him.
All right, then.
Sweden, they went with, quite frankly, a very generic name, which is Halloween Michel Myers Returns.
It's very straight to the point.
Which wasn't that the name of the 5th title, though?
The Return to Michel Myers was 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I wonder what their 5th one was called then.
Yeah, I wonder what they refer
good
to the
then.
5th one. Yeah.
Myers Strikes Again.
All right. The next one for Croatia and Serbia, I put in the phrase, and they figured out that it was a compound word, which is known as Halloween. But then I was like, no, that's not what that says. So I took away the compound word and put each word individually, which is what we got here, which is now why Croatia's movie is called Night Witch, The Damnation of Michel Myers.
Wow.
All right, then.
I think it's because there's a little bit of phonetic dictation where Night Witch is actually the night of the witch in Halloween.
Gotcha,
So
yeah.
but there are no ofs or are no thes, so it's just Night Witch.
Night Witch, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. And then in Serbia, same thing, just a 6 in there. Night Witch 6, The Damnation of Michael Myers. I do like that they use Damnation. I feel like
That's
that's a
pretty cool.
much more aptly title than
Yeah.
than Curse. That's it. The next 3 go ape shit. They're not even close, I feel. Sweden, I didn't do anything to this. I put it in, this is what they gave me back. All Saints Bloody Night 6.
That kind of makes sense. Because some cultures do refer to Halloween as All Saints Night.
And Bloody Night. Like the first 5 weren't so bad.
Right.
It wasn't that bloody.
Are you sure that they're not all Saints Bloody Night? Like maybe that's the name
Oh,
of the
that's
Halloween
the
franchise.
Sweden's franchiser.
Like,
that could be
and
it.
that sounds like a shitty like generic title. Like you go to like the fucking direct to DVD, like All
That
Saints
does,
Bloody
yeah.
Night.
Oh,
That
instead
just
of All
sounds
Saints
like-
Night, it's All Saints Bloody. There you go. All right, maybe. In Greece, they didn't give a shit. Well, they gave actually a little bit of a shit because it's just called The Curse. So it's kind of close. But Turkey does not give a shit. Definitely. They call the movie The Cry of Death.
I got nothing.
Sure,
Yeah,
why not?
Sure, why not?
Because,
Because babies cry
I guess.
and people die.
People cry when they die sometimes.
I guess they do. I'm not around with a lot of dying people. I can't confirm that. I'm just not. I'm sorry. Okay, let's do my favorite hour. Because that's how we know who's in this film. It's the Troy McClure hour.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such medical films as Alice Doesn't Live Anymore and Mommy, What's Wrong with That Man's Face?
Okay, first we have Donald Pleasance, who plays Dr. Sam Loomis. You may remember him from such roles as Dr. Sam Loomis from the Halloween franchise. Pretty much his biggest role, so yeah ever. He played President in Escape from New York.
Did he?
Apparently, he played President, not the President. It's just President. And most recently, Professor Robbins in the Italian horror Fatal Frames. Mr. Pleasant died in February of 1995. So
he made he made Professor Robinson movie pretty much right after this.
yeah.
Well, right after this came out.
No, after he was done filming, because he died in February and this came out in September. Next, absolutely shocked that he was in this
Me
film.
too.
Paul
Yeah.
Rudd.
I looked it
Which
up.
I would like to say, Paul Rudd has aged well, because from that movie in '95 to now, he doesn't really look like he's
I
aged
wasn't.
that
I was gonna
much.
say I wouldn't say he's aged well so much. He's stopped aging.
Yeah.
He's kind of. He looks pretty much the same to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Paul Rudd plays Tommy Doyle. You may remember him from such roles as Josh in Clueless, Mike Hannigan in the TV series Friends. 2 seasons. Didn't realize that.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
2 seasons of that guy. 18-something episodes. And most recently, Joel in They Came Together. Lastly, we have Marianne Hagen, who plays Kara Strode. You may remember her from such roles as Sarah in I Think I Do, Dr. Foley in Stakeland, and most recently, Mother in 3-2. All right, we know the name. We know the people in it. Let's go ahead, get into special info. What do we got? What crazy things can you tell me about this film that'll hopefully make it a better film?
Well,
Because, oh my gosh.
there was so much.
It's... Oh, you have a lot? Yeah, what do you have? Go ahead.
Well, I have that this movie, it should have been good. The screenwriter was Daniel Farrens. I can't even read my own handwriting.
Yeah, Daniel Farrens.
He was actually a longtime fan of the show. He loved Halloween. He did a lot of research. He did a lot of digging into it. He showed up to the meeting to pitch it. He had a full timeline of the entire series so far. He had biographies for every character.
Jeez.
And he had family trees for both the Myers and the Strobe families.
Oh,
Wow.
good, because that was one of the things I had a problem with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have those families.
That was
No,
a little
but
confusing
That's,
throughout
yeah.
the movie.
Just in general, like, just the idea that family lineage only goes in one direction.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Like her parents couldn't have had an uncle somewhere else that...
Some families, maybe they're both only children. And his script was actually really good. It was so terrifying that one of the executives that he pitched it to couldn't sleep that night. that it was originally much more moody, much more broody, and a much better ending. Like, they changed the ending on him, like, right before the movie was filming.
Oh, yeah, I have some of that stuff down
Yeah.
here. Apparently, the director was a dick.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah. He went ahead and removed a lot of Donald Pleasant's scenes from the film because he just found him
did. He thought it
boring.
was
Just boring. The man died, and you're like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
now
he
that
was-
he's dead and can't defend himself.
Donald
Let's get him outta
Pleasant signed on for the movie immediately after reading the script. He actually said that the film was this script was the best written one since the first one. The first one was a good one. No other good ones except for this one. And then he signed on. Then when he got there, like, yeah, here's this script after we've rewritten it 11 times.
Yeah, I read that the writer said that in an interview that the director didn't use any of the ideas from the script practically, and that he himself, the director himself, rewrote the entire third act.
Yeah, the entire ending was
whole thing,
It
yeah.
made no sense.
And talking about the writer, I actually read that he was actually lied to when it came to signing on to the movie because he was told that his original script was going to be used, but after he signed the deal to go on
flipped
there,
the script on
yeah, they gave him a new script that was all revised.
That's messed up. This poor guy. He should have gone on a murdering rampage.
Yeah, really.
And it's horrible. They pulled $1 million from this film's budget
Yes.
because what was it, Miramax holding the film? Miramax and another company got into a bidding war over the rights to the movie. At the same time, they were doing Hellraiser Bloodline, and that movie ran into a lot of financial trouble. And they were like, "All right, we're just gonna take it from over here."
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need that million for your.
Which is kind of, I feel, is messed up because the character of, I believe, Jamie was played by another woman named Danielle Harris, and she wanted to reclaim her role as Jamie, but the studio wouldn't pay her the $5,000 she wanted.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's
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 nothing.
insane.
Especially
mean-
because the movie had a budget of $5 million.
Yeah, that's-
What were they doing with all that money?
So I wonder if that's
Buying pumpkins.
if that's the end budget or the start budget. I wonder if they.
Oh, so is it
Uh,
4
yeah,
million or
yeah,
5 million?
yeah.
Right, no, that's true.
Yeah, so Loomis got on stage. Pleasance got on set, and they were like, "Yeah, here's the 11th draft of this script." They changed the cult of the Thorn.
Yeah.
like this guy went. He saw the rune that that was painted on the baby. That was kind of in the background in the fifth movie. Probably wasn't even thought of. It's just like, this looks kind of creepy. Let's just throw this on the wall here. He looked into the mythology of that. He was like, it's a fucking Nordic symbol and it means this. It has to do with the moon. Like, this guy went crazy reading it. Like, this movie should have been good. And they were supposed to be much more culty and much more, like, creepy.
Yeah.
And he said that they were originally supposed to be that and not the Temple of Doom fucking cloak bullshit that we got at the end of this movie. And that the third act was supposed to revolve a lot more around them. Instead of like, hey, remember that doctor we showed for 5 seconds? Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So, and the entire, all the, like, the cast and the crew and everybody, they've disowned this film.
Yeah, I read that. They
Yeah.
refused. All the cast and crew refused to do another film
Yeah.
until what? Until they fixed it, or
No, at all.
They were done.
They talked about this on the 25th. It's called 25 Years of Terror. I guess it was like a special documentary on the 25th anniversary edition of Halloween.
Okay.
And they just said it was just horrible, that the movie was just mismanaged, that the director, the producers, and the studio executives, they argued, and they were just complete dicks to each other to a level of ridiculousness, was the actual quote.
Just spite.
Until the
eventually.
movie was it was poorly edited, it was poorly everything, except for poorly written, until they chopped it up.
Yeah.
Right.
So this movie should have been good. Like, this guy really, it was written by a dude who loved the Halloween franchise, who loved these movies, who did an insane amount of research that only lonely fanboys in their mother's basements do. And he got a job for it, and then they just fucked him.
Yeah. No.
Well, that's
Fuck this
Hollywood
issue.
for
They
you.
definitely did that. That's how I felt.
And then Halloween H2O just completely non-canonized
Yeah.
this.
None. It's from It's just the first two, right? It's like from 3 on. They go. Yeah, that
Pretty
didn't
much,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
3, yeah.
That didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sucks that we got this Joe Chappelle.
Yeah.
We could have had Fred Walton, who was the director of the original When a Stranger Calls in 1979. And also, apparently, Peter Jackson was asked to direct at one point.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible what we ended up with.
Well, at the same time, I guess some people didn't think it was that terrible because the movie did end up grossing $15.1 million at the end of it.
That's what I'm always surprised when people are like, "Oh, this is a terrible film," then it made like past its budget. And I'm like, I guess that's
movie
why
is,
we
yeah.
know. Not enough people saw.
Well, enough people see it. I mean, it's also a franchise. Like, you slap
No,
that sticker
yeah.
on anything. And I don't know, like, if dollars really represent that. Like, if enough people go opening day, like, those people are like, wow, that sucked. And, like, that's where it ends.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, that initial rush before people go. Oh,
And then
this
you
is
might even
garbage.
get people like, I remember when the Hulk came out, the original, the first one, the horrible one. People were telling me not to see it, how horrible it was, and I was like, that sounds so bad. I gotta see it. Like, you get that factor, like old timey hipsters that see it just out of irony, just like it can't be that bad. Then you're in theater like, I regret this decision.
I regret everything. Anything else?
Yeah, I actually got one more thing. Brian Andrews, who played Tommy in the first Halloween, was actually the producers wanted him to reprise that same role as Tommy in this movie, but what had happened was Mr. Andrews had stopped acting at that point and no longer had an agent, so the producers had no way to contact him.
I couldn't find him.
Which now Mr. Andrews has recently said that he does regret not having an agent and being in that movie.
That's probably the only time anyone will ever say this, but thank God for Facebook. Because that will never happen to
Exactly.
anyone today.
Exactly, because I looked into him and his movie career only consisted of 2 movies. This one and another movie called Call Me Danger or My Name is Danger, something like that.
Not important. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. Terrible.
I actually looked up the body count on this. I kind of want to do this for every like slash. If we do horror movies, I want to look up the body count, especially like I was so happy we did this. Like you said, Halloween. I was like, yay, franchise. There's actually gonna be shit to dig in now.
Yeah.
Like I tried to do digging for Earth Girls Areas. I'm like, oh, it's a page and a half on IMDb. But the body count on this, it's actually ambiguous because there's 2 different versions of this film. Apparently, there's the producer's version, which was never released, but fans found it. I couldn't find any other information than that fans found it. I don't know if they broke into somebody's house. I don't know if they dug it up or it was fucking buried somewhere, but fans of the series found an alternate version that's called the producer's version, which is much less gory, which is strange because usually the unreleased version...
Well, that's the thing. It's because what we have is the theatrical version, and then there's another version called the director's cut, which is the same thing we saw, but with like 3 extra minutes or something like that. And then there's the producer's cut, which is much closer to the original script, much less, not less, probably less gore, but I assume less randomly shoved in gore.
Yeah.
And then, it follows, it makes supposedly a lot more sense. It's much less confusing.
So it's the movie they should release.
Allegedly, it's pretty much.
So I don't know because it's weird because I went and I looked at the body count and I found 2 different numbers. I found a number on IMDb was 20 deaths.
Okay.
And then on the Halloween Wicca, it's 17. So I don't know which number it is, and I compared it to all the other Halloween movies from the Halloween Wicca, and depending on which one is right, this is either tied for first in the entire original Halloween franchise from the first Halloween up until Halloween Resurrection.
Okay.
With 17 kills, it'd be tied with 5, or it's third in the body count if it is indeed 17. So the most would have been number 3, which I hope we do that because that movie's fucking weird, dude.
There's no Myers.
Halloween 3, it's because they...
It's about a Halloween company that gets possessed masks and try to, take over kids with the masks?
That's a Goosebumps episode.
That's
No, I think it's the same
Is
premise.
it? Oh.
Yeah.
I just knew it was about witchcraft and shit like that. Because what they did is John Carpenter decided, fuck Michael Myers. I know this has nothing to do with this movie, but he decided, fuck Michael Myers. We're going to do a series of Halloween movies that it takes place on Halloween, and it's just comprised of horror themes. This one was going to be about witches. And had that not failed, had 3 not been a horrible, horrible shitfest, the Halloween series, we never would have gotten this movie. We never would have gotten any... Michael Myers would have died there. And then the next movie, Halloween 4, would have been about ghosts. And they were always going to use, fairy tales. It was just going to be them with spooky stories with a lot of
So
gore.
they were going to be American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. But number 3, which I don't count on this list because it's not part of the Halloween mythology, had 23 kills in it, which would have been number 1.
And there's no Myers.
Yeah, there's no Myers, but there's a lot of these witches are apparently better at killing than Michael Myers.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that. That guy spends so much time just standing in the darkness waiting.
Right? Breathing heavily.
So stupid. I actually have one more thing I want to say before we jump into the film. Halloween: The Complete Collection was released on September 23rd of 2014 on Blu-ray. So if you like this film or any of the Halloween movies, you can go and get the complete Blu-ray
came out,
collection.
wow.
Yeah, just came out.
It's crazy.
All right. Now let's jump to the film.
Have you guys seen any of the other Halloween movies before?
No, I was hoping
seen-
somebody did because I didn't.
Okay,
I,
yeah.
I think I saw the first one
I saw the
years
first
ago.
one.
I've seen parts of the
H2O.
fourth one, I think it was.
So just to be clear, has anyone who has seen any?
I have. I've seen the first one.
Yeah, but have you seen it enough where you're like, no, I know what happens.
Yeah, well, I've seen it. I saw that one a couple times, and I saw the Rob Zombie remake, which is essentially the same exact movie. He didn't mess with it that much. He just added Danny Trejo. That's the only difference.
Well, that's like a mandatory thing these
Yeah.
days.
But yeah, I remember enough about the first film. Why?
No, because like I felt like you had to have some sort of knowledge to certain things because like
Well, the fourth one is important.
That's strange because I felt like all they did, like when there wasn't like, oh my god, there's Michael Myers. They were explaining what happened in other films.
There was exposition when
yeah.
there wasn't murder.
But
Just
that
like
was
remember
like-
back to the third film? Remember the fourth film? Oh, I'm the boy from the first film. Remember that?
well that was like once you get into like the meat and bones of like into the middle of the movie, but like,
Way past when they should be doing it. I feel.
exactly where
Yeah.
like I'm like I said, I've never
movie-
seen any of it. And the first 20 minutes going in, I'm like, wait,
Who's
what's
this
going
bitch
on?
and why
Who
should I
are-
care about
right,
her or
exactly.
baby?
Right, exactly. I'm like, what's going on? Who are these people? So yeah.
Okay, the film starts, and I watched it twice, so I noticed this. You know when it starts when you get that flash?
Yeah.
That's apparently the whole film.
Really?
It looked maybe not the entire film,
Right.
but a lot of scenes from the film.
From this movie?
From this movie, yeah. Either that or there are other scenes in other films that they do twice.
Interesting.
It was, yeah. I mean, it could be. I mean, the film is a lot of extended shots of Michael standing in darkness and the front of the Myers house.
That's true.
So I could
the
be
bulk
dead
of the
wrong.
series, yeah.
yeah, it is. So we get the flash of what appears to me to be the entire movie, and then we get the title of the film. Then we're brought into a basement. A screaming woman is being gurneyed through a hallway with lots of overhead pipes. They take her to a brick room with candles. A doctor instructs her to push, and she gives birth. We flash forward what appears to be only a few seconds, and they take the baby away from her. And then we get this weird voiceover that explains that evil never dies, it just rests.
Bothered me so much.
Yeah. And then while the voiceover is going, it's not just a voiceover. They're conducting some sort of weird culty thing on the
Weird
baby.
ritual, yeah.
Yeah. I want to say something about this, but I have nothing to. It's just
what
weird.
happened, yeah.
It's just weird.
Exactly. Makes no sense.
No sense.
I felt like it was the oddest way to start a movie, especially a Halloween movie, where it's like, yeah, you know what? A cult. We're going to
Literally,
start
my
off
first
with a
thought-
cult and a kid.
My first feeling was, am I really watching The Birth of Michael Myers? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah.
That's really what I thought was happening.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I was like, is this just the origins? Like, he's just going to get out of the womb, just get a knife and a mask, and go to town on these people? That movie would have been so much better, and you know it.
I guess. But yeah, that's literally what it seemed like. I actually thought at first they were going to kill the baby. I thought it was going to be some sort of sacrifice.
Sort of ritual, yeah.
Yeah. And, that's how they ended up getting Michael Myers back or whatnot.
Well, that was their plan, it looked like, because right after that...
Yeah, what was... Like, this is the whole film, but I don't... It's such a bothersome bulk. What was the plan of the cult?
To kill the baby, to get, like...
No, not to kill the baby. I think it is to get Michael to kind of obey them because they have one more of his lineage that he has to kill.
No, because they explain with the cult later that one person's chosen, he has to kill his entire family so that the rest of the village can prosper. So this kid is the last in his bloodline, so in order to fulfill the prophecy, that's why he's killing those family members. We'll get into this later. Did you guys
Sure.
watch the movie?
Yeah, but it didn't make any fucking sense.
I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying this was the information that was laid out to us.
Yeah, but none of that is true. Like, it was the information laid out to us, but it's not true in the film. Like, none of that falls true. Yeah, in the culty room, they're doing the ritual thing. Then we go back to the same basement area from before, and the doctor from earlier takes the baby. I don't know how. I guess when they were done putting the ritual on, they just left it there. I don't know. She takes the baby, brings it to the birth mother, whose name is Jamie.
I mean, it was just a Jamie, like Lee Curtis. Is
right.
that?
She takes him to the exit, and then she walks away. And of course, she walks away into Michael Myers, standing in the darkness. He picks her up by the throat and just puts her head on some random just spike sticking out of a wall.
Might I say that woman was the poorest actor in this film? Like, when she was giving her the baby, she was alternating between, like, smiling and, like, being, like, she had just such a weird, nervous smile that it bothered me.
Well, I thought it was the complexity of the character in that she felt happy about doing a good thing, but also
also
knew...
scared.
Going
Yes.
against the cult.
Maybe I don't know what good acting is.
I think that's very true. So then Jamie, she leaves the hospital with her kid and goes into a truck. The owner of whom I feel looks like Magnum TA. Is distracted. He did, right?
He did look like Magnum TA.
Either that or kind of like a young Dr. Death, like not as fat.
Yep.
Steve Williams.
Yeah. So yeah, she jumps into a truck, and the owner's just like, "What are you doing? Get out of that truck!"
Which, for a dude whose car is essentially being stolen, he's moving very slow.
Yeah.
If I saw that, I'd be like, bitch, get out and bum rush my car and
yeah.
rip her out.
Exactly.
Like,
He was just yelling at her like, yeah, you yelling at her is really going to make her get out.
yeah, you're just wasting time and allowing her to escape. And not even 2 minutes in the film, and already we're fucking barred.
Yeah, I'm already. That's the fucking film. Oh my god! Like every time, I'm just like, oh, okay, that's okay, fine, let's move on. And then something else happens. I go, no, stop, hang on. This is the worst film we've ever fucking seen. Oh man. So yeah, she jumps into the car, and the owner is like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Look out behind you!" Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't make any sense to me. As I understand it, it's the guy, her, and then the hospital. So why is Myers coming from behind the guy?
Yeah.
It's just like I understand. Oh, the scariness of, but I feel like we as a people have reached a point in science so great that we're just like, that dude has to have mass. He can't just move like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because after a while in the film, there's so many parts where after a while I'm like, does he teleport?
Yeah.
Because how do they not hear him, or how does he move from one spot to the next? So
He's not really supernatural.
He
He's
has
just
no
a dude.
mass. He moves by lightning. He can only hear movement-based sound. There's a whole bunch of shit where I'm just like, I don't understand. Why any of it? Why
is it? Yeah, he might be the least scary of like the slasher film monsters.
I understand oh my god, isn't it so scary that he has he's no emotions. But he does have some sort of emotions, which is weird. Like when he puts that doctor's head on the wall, he takes a step back and kind of cocks his head like he's
just looks
studying
at
it.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Are you a
He's
villainous
admiring his
murderer,
work.
or are you just some autistic child who doesn't know what's going on?
There's a lot of autism.
There is, there's a lot of autism in this film. Whatever. The truck owner gets his neck snapped. Jamie drives off, which means the keys were in the car, which is another reason that guy should not have been walking so slow.
Which then, why did it take her so long to start the car and drive away?
I understand, like, just these 3 scenes in, I already understand, that's why the entire cast and crew went, nope, done.
Yeah,
Done forever. It's fucking awful. So she drives off, and we flash to the Strode house, as I understand it, it's called at this point. And we get this, again, like in the beginning of the film, these bunch of weird clips and flashes. And a kid named Danny wakes up from a dream. And the dream he's having is it's like a flashes, and the voice says, "Kill for him. Kill for him." And he screams, his mother comes in, she's like, "Oh, it's just a dream, it's okay. There's nobody." He thinks he sees the man in black, right in his room.
Sees Johnny Cash standing there.
Which, fuck this film, I don't care. That's a human being. That's a real doctor at the end of the film. How does he teleport? How does he have telepathy? What the fuck is going on in this film? Oh my god, like the 3 times I see the man in the black, I go, what is this thing? And at the end, they reveal it to be that doctor, and I that's when I go, I'm done. I'm fucking done, because you've just ruined your own fucking film. It's garbage.
Yeah. I guess that is the third act that they ruined.
I really expected a bigger payoff for the man in black.
Especially because apparently that's a multiple movie character. He was in the early, 4, I don't know about 4, but 5.
No, in the 5th, he was in the 5th.
Yeah, there should have been a bigger payoff. I thought it was going to happen later when the kid went. Well, we'll get into that.
You're the only one who wants to follow the storyline.
I know.
We don't give a shit. Oh man.
Want something congruent.
I know it's a fucking because these things
all over the
happen
place.
and you go, oh okay, and then later on you go, no, hang on, because that other shit happened and now you're telling me something different and it's just ass. It's ass juice. The whole film is ass juice. Oh my god. So yeah, the mother comes in. She's like, "There's nothing there. It's okay. Don't worry. Just go back to sleep, honey." She knocks a drawing off the wall and takes it with her. A radio is playing just some information about the past Michael Myers killings.
Well,
and
yes,
blah,
it's a
blah, blah.
radio show.
Yeah, but they're talking about the Myers because it's from the town and all that
and
stuff.
it's
Yeah,
the night before Halloween.
yeah. The mother's getting undressed, so we get some lady in
almost
lingerie.
boobs. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Some almost
You
boobs.
said some homeless boobs.
Those are horrible boobs.
Yeah. She just kind of gets undressed and walks around the room for a little bit, listening to the radio broadcast, and eventually we notice a neighbor spying on her, looking through the window with his camera. Then we jump over.
I loved his face too when she looked over and she caught him.
Yeah.
His expression was just what exactly you would expect of somebody who'd been caught peeping.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm not looking at you.
That's why, strangely enough, for such a bad movie, this movie made me realize Paul Rudd's a pretty good actor.
Paul Rudd
really
is a
good actor.
goddamn good actor.
He's a
Hell
pretty
yeah.
good actor.
This is the first movie he's in, and he's not like
The one thing I
same
will say,
character
he's
been
a
playing.
good actor. I don't want to say not particularly in this film because I feel like he's trying to play a certain character, but then there are times you could see that character we have now, that nice guy Paul Rudd.
Right.
Like I feel like that comes out at times where it's like, I don't think it should be coming out.
Right.
Like I don't know. Like I love it. I think it's great. I don't know why, but I feel like it kind of
His character
doesn't
shifted so
fit.
much.
Yeah. I feel like he had a specific character, and then halfway through he was
Then
like,
once she was like, "Oh, you're not a creepy psychopath."
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's because
He's like, "Yes, that's right. You've noticed the inner beauty, so here it is."
so here it is.
Exactly, because at the beginning I'm just like, man, fucking Paul Rudd's a really fucking creepy
Right?
guy. What the
I thought he
fuck?
was autistic the entire movie. I thought he had autism.
Especially when she catches him
Looking at her.
Yeah, looking at her, and just the way he
Rubbing
acts,
one
I'm
out.
just like, what the fuck, dude? That's really fucking weird. But yeah, completely different character once, he's like, no, I'm not some
Yeah.
weirdo out to kill you.
There is one. I'm here to help you.
Yeah, he is, because right then, like I said, we go to the boarding house. We find out later that's a boarding house. We go to the guy's room, and he's called the radio show, and he's telling them that, I know all about Michael. I'm gonna be ready for when he comes back because I know he's coming back. It's definitely happening. And like right now, at this point in the film, we're traveling through the radio broadcast.
Yeah, I hate
essentially.
that.
Yeah,
Whenever it's the only radio station in the entire town, so everybody has to be listening to it all at the same time.
It's
for the convenience
80s,
of the plot.
So, all right. So Tommy is the character, Paul Rudd's character.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we've learned it yet. I haven't yet. I don't know if anyone else has.
Nah.
I don't learn it until he introduces himself to Dr. Loomis later in the
Yeah.
hospital. Yeah, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, now I know who you are. I'll be ready for Michael. Jump through the radio signal over to the house of Dr. Loomis, who is the character from all the other... Was he in 3? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Dr. Loomis, the main old doctor guy.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I
I know he's
see
like a
that.
Michael Myers psychologist.
Well, he wouldn't have been in 3. You mean 4, right? Nobody was in 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody was in 3.
Oh, all right. All right, so, yeah, we travel through the radio into his house, and they're like, oh, I wonder if he's dead. And he's like, not dead, just retired. And then his friend Terrence shows up, and we jump to a bus depot where Jamie arrives. At this point, I kind of forgot she was still involved.
Oh, yeah.
Person.
She goes to this bus depot, and there's nobody there. There's a sign that says be back in 20 minutes, which I don't know where that guy could have gone.
Let alone,
Went for a smoke.
why put a sign if you're not going to lock the door? Because she just gets into the bus station rather easily.
Well, he put it on
Well,
the
it's a
desk.
public
So
depot.
Oh, okay.
It's a public depot. Buses are still coming and going. Maybe not at that moment, but don't close the entire bus depot. People with tickets got to sit and wait.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's strangely factual.
There's no joke here.
I know, it's just alarming that you have that much knowledge on bus
That's
transportation.
how it works. What the fuck?
I don't use a bus. I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, and you do, and that's weird.
That's the joke.
Yeah. Yeah, so she gets to the bus depot. Nobody's there. She picks up a payphone, calls 911. It's busy.
Yeah, all
How-
the circuits are busy because of the storm.
So right at that time, the radio gives out their number, and so she calls them. We go back to Dr. Loomis's house, and his friend Terrence is giving him a toast. They both drink, and then he invites Dr. Loomis back to work at the hospital. When suddenly the radio gets very interesting, and everyone we've seen so far starts to listen to it intensely.
Just stops and stares at the radio as if that helps you hear.
It does. You don't.
Somehow.
You didn't know that? Radio's a visual medium.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't listen to radio anymore, so.
Oh, that explains it. Okay, all right.
Should I stare at my iPod while I'm listening to podcasts?
Oh, absolutely. That's what the screen's there for.
It's not just pornography.
No, well.
Among others.
Yeah, let's not get into that. All right,
Oh,
yeah, this is actually the point in the film where I'm kind of like, oh, I think that's why old white men don't exist in film anymore. Because they're all kind of the same guy. At least to me. Like, there's a part where I look away, and I'm just listening to the film, and I go, is that Alec Guinness? What did Obi-Wan Kenobi just show up in this film? He
kind of does look like him.
They
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
and he sounds like him, too. And then I looked, I was like, what? He got fat. What happened?
Just binge eating, just
yeah.
hating on George Lucas.
So, yeah, they start listening to the radio show, and Jamie tells them that Myers he's on the way, and they keep jumping between reaction shots of Tommy and Dr. Loomis. So she hangs up, and she walks into a bathroom. It's really just a hallway. I don't think there's any reason for her to believe it's a bathroom. The lights go out, and Myers slowly starts to walk down the stairs into the bathroom.
I think Myers just sped up a little bit. He'd kill more people.
Right? This is the part where, because it's been a while since I watched. So I was like, I don't understand. What is he like? Is he a zombie?
I don't know.
Is he an actual normal human who's just generally lucky? Like, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure anymore.
That's the thing that Michael Myers. It's weird because it's never fully explained what he is. Like, it's never fully explained what a lot of them are, though. Like, you think of other killers, like Freddy's explained. Jason isn't. Jason, we don't know where the fuck his power comes from. Freddy's the only one who's thoroughly Jason and Freddy and like Chucky.
I thought. Well, it didn't make any sense, but I was gonna say Jason comes from just existential torment.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just
So,
such
yeah.
great torment that it became supernatural.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's why I was fine with it.
But Michael doesn't make any sense. Well, that's what this whole movie is about.
But it doesn't deliver.
It really doesn't though.
It doesn't. It sets up the premise of a backstory and then kind of goes,
Shits all over it.
we're done. No, it doesn't even shit all over. It just goes, we're done. See ya. It just gives up. It just stops. Oh
It's
man.
fucking third act, man. It's killing us.
Yeah.
We need to go. We need to go find that producer's cut and watch
Take
it.
it. Oh, okay.
So we can understand, because now we need to know. There's unanswered questions here.
So yeah, he slowly walks in there and starts pushing open the bathroom stalls. And by the time he gets to the one she's in, she's discovered, oh, there's a window behind me, and she jumps out it.
Why does he open them so slow?
I don't like that.
Like he's a big badass dude. Like
Like,
nope,
what's
not
his-
in here. Nope, not in here. Nope, not in here.
Does he have a motive or does he not have a
He
motive?
doesn't.
I
His like
don't
the only scary thing about him, like I said, like you think if you like run, he'd catch more people, but like that's almost the thing about him. Like no matter how fast you run, like he'll
But at
always
the same
keep
time,
up
I
with
feel
you.
like that's for some reason 80s horror where it's just like, you know what? We're just gonna really fuck with the person's head by,
no matter what.
right,
Which
making them
actually,
feel
that's one
exactly
cool
like making
thing.
you feel like you have no choice, of anywhere to go.
Yeah. My problem with that is it's a fake movie, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of I just kind of go, oh, so basically you're watching a film where people are just gonna die because apparently there's no chances, and then at the end someone's just gonna not abide by the rules they've set up so far and kill the guy.
Yeah.
Like I think that's genuinely why I don't like horror films, just because they're always so formulaic to the point where you're like, realistically, why are you even telling a story? Like,
Maybe
why?
somebody just turned around and punched Michael in the face. I think that's it. Like nobody ever really fights back.
That was the worst part at the end. Because again, fuck this film. At the end, when he just beats him to death. Like, nobody's done that? Nobody's decided to just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit it with a pipe. But not 10 times. Probably more like 30. That'll work.
Yeah.
And it does for some reason.
I thought that part with the part where she's in the house towards the end.
Well, we don't know because we haven't seen the others. It could be one of those where they do, and then like how they gave us the ending where it's just a mask, but the body's not there anymore. Because apparently, the fifth going into this one, Michael Myers is hidden away for a year because apparently the 5th into the 6th is 1 year apart because he's healing up from the wounds that Jamie gave him in the 5th movie. So,
He's hiding from the wolf.
exactly. Which then,
Hiding
after
away
reading
there.
that, I'm like, okay, why does the cult then factor in out of nowhere? If
Yeah.
Well, the cult's been controlling him the entire time.
I guess, and
Allegedly, that's why he freaks out at the end of the hospital, because he's just tired of their bullshit.
But why did it take that long? Like, that
Exactly.
doesn't. Don't try to make sense of this shit.
I'm telling you exactly what I read when I read the synopsis online.
Those fuckers.
Because I didn't understand the end at all, so I looked it up on Wiki thinking that I missed something. And I'm like, no, that's pretty much what I saw.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's...
she's
through this piece
she's
of
out the
shit.
window, hops back in that truck. Then all of a sudden a van shows up and pushes her off the road into a, quite frankly, what is it? A very neatly kept abandoned farm.
That's true.
yeah.
It might just be a farm stand.
Just
that they're
to
not
be
working
clear,
at.
who do you think was driving the van?
Michael Myers.
He's driven cars before.
Why has he? He's actually
Apparently, like I read it up. This is kind of why I wanted us to do the last one, which I'm hoping we do in the future because the last one was fucking wacky. Apparently, in the last one, the 5th one, there's a part where he's driving a car in pursuit of somebody, and in the original cut, he was for some reason wearing a Ronald Reagan mask, and they got rid of it because they wanted to avoid any political statements.
Okay.
just switches masks.
Yeah, for
And
no
then-
reason. Man's a big fan of Halloween and its many masks.
I don't think this was supposed to be a real franchise.
I don't think so. They tried.
I think they got lucky with a film and somebody just said, "Yeah, here's $6 billion. Good luck."
That's kind of how it works now.
I was gonna say, I feel like that was the business back then.
That's a business now. It's all
No,
sequels
that's
and remakes.
just Hollywood, huh? Jesus Christ.
Sequels and remakes.
You
They're
think they'd
maybe-
learn?
No.
You think we have actual tangible proof, and they still don't give a fuck.
No. People still go to them. They don't give a
Twice. The Saw franchise petered out at the end, and they still made it to 7.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
They're still making Transformers
they're still,
movies.
they don't. Nobody gives a shit. We're so stupid to buy the tickets. They're gonna keep doing it.
I'll keep buying tickets to Marvel movies. Those are good. Probably not, but they're...
They're good, and then a year later we go, "Oh man, that film was shit, huh?"
Well, that's because the new ones. Now it's so much better. We're like, oh, they could have given this last time. Assholes.
Full year.
So yeah, he was totally driving the van. Michael has driven vehicles in the past. Why do you think? Why not? Why can't Michael drive cars?
Just
It just doesn't seem befitting of the character.
See, I just figure in the way of who else would try to hit her off the road.
Maybe it was a drunk guy.
I thought it was one of the cult members.
Okay, I'll give you that
Yeah.
then. I retract my statement.
That's
then.
what
a good explanation.
To be fair, I didn't think it was one of the cult members. I thought it was Michael Myers. I went, nope, that's too dumb. That can't be possible. And I went, it must just be one of the cult members.
That might stand to reason, yeah, that they would
That's
chase
what
her
I'm saying,
down.
yeah,
They want
he's
the
right.
child.
I mean, to be fair, it could be either one, but I feel like it shouldn't be Michael Myers because then that means if it was Michael Myers, he drove her off the road, parked the van, got out, and
Yeah.
then just stood in the darkness on the other side of the barn.
Yeah, that bugged me. Like she gets out and she's running away. I'm like, where is he? What
Yeah,
is taking
why
him
isn't
so
he coming out of the
long?
van? Yeah, so that's why but even then,
Even if it was a cult member, why wouldn't they attack her?
Oh, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna knock her off the road. That'll be good. Myers will just he's got it.
Let him fulfill his purpose.
He already teleported to the barn. The
Instant
cult leader just had to
transmission,
kick her off the
Michael
road.
Myers is a master of the instant translation.
Yeah. Oh.
Go ain't got shit.
So we get to the barn, and Jamie notices Myers' shadow in the distance. Just, oh, great. Well, I wouldn't say his shadow. It's more like his lit up silhouette from lightning. Then they both kind of slowly walk in a circle away from each other. Like he tries to find her, and she tries to walk away, and it's like the Jake Roberts, Rick Martel blindfold match.
Wow.
I'm going heavy with wrestling references today. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Except no one was drunk during this, which makes it worse.
Yeah, so they eventually, like, she steps on a twig, and
Which
he's
is
like,
what alerts him. It's like he has supernatural ability to sense people.
But
and
yet he's
follow
a
them
T-Rex
no
when it
matter
comes to people.
Where they go.
can we just stop this podcast and cry for the next 20 minutes? I think that'd be a great.
No, then they get what they want.
Oh my God. That has to have been what they want.
It's just a meta horror movie. They're just attacking our spirits now with nonsense.
Donald Pleasant must have molested Joe Chappelle, and he tried to tank the whole franchise as a result.
And he almost succeeded.
Yeah.
If only it wasn't for Rob Zombie. Be like, you know what? At the end, because the other two movies were shit too. All these movies were shit. The first one was barely passable.
That's what I'm saying. They did two, like, one good movie, and then they just...
One okay movie. The first one wasn't even that good.
I wasn't around in that
shit.
time frame to be like, no,
I
it's
don't
good.
remember.
He posed as a ghost at one point.
Like in a sheet?
Literally, I swear to God, that happened with sunglasses. No, with regular glasses, because
Spectacles?
he was posing as a girl's boyfriend who wore glasses. So he
Why would... That's another thing. Why is... He has subtlety. He cleans up his murders so other people don't find them so he can murder more people. What is he?
Elaborate traps.
Yes!
So that, like, the people be like, oh shit, there's my mother hanging off that wall elaborately.
What is he?
He's an early Victor Zaz.
No.
You refuse to...
No. Just no.
Refuse to allow me to make that connection
yeah.
between a very well-written character and
Not
this
even.
piece of shit.
Yeah, so she steps on the twig. He hears her, just appears next to her, and shoves her body onto a farming machine that seems to exist solely for murdering people. I don't know. I'm not on the farm a lot. Maybe it's I don't
We live in
know.
the suburbs. We don't know anything about rural
But that's what it's used for, because not only does he push her onto the thing, then he goes over and pulls the
operates.
lever.
Yeah.
That bugged me.
Which
He was able to
double. First off, who left the keys in there? Second off, why does he know that that's the button that makes that work?
He spent most of his years in San Luis. He should not know how to operate heavy, complicated machinery that, like, you need training of some sort.
Not if you're a fucking half zombie / normal regular human child
/ OCD body hider.
/ yeah, I don't. Oh my god, this is. He's really like the perfect autistic murderer.
He's the Rain Man of murder.
He is the Rain Man of
definitely
murder.
Definitely gonna hang his body up. Put it in the washing machine.
That was when I was like, oh my fucking god.
Washing machine.
He grabbed the lady's body, the clothes the blood splattered on, somehow moved them through the house without dripping any blood, and then put them in a machine. And then rewired that machine so it didn't need the electricity of the house to run.
Wow.
What is this? This guy needs his own book. He's doing some shit we don't know about, and he needs to tell people.
Those are his superpowers.
This was MacGyver's original job.
This is when MacGyver's went off the rails. Show got canceled. That's it. Everybody's dead.
Yeah. So yeah, it's at this point where I realize he's zombie Thor because he's traveling by lightning bolts and he's just doing whatever the hell he wants. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It is. Yeah.
That concept terrifies me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to wonder because I noticed that there's no soundtrack in the film, and I have to wonder if that's what's killing it.
Maybe.
Because nowadays,
occasionally they have the Halloween music playing, like when he's in pursuit of her, like the iconic Halloween music.
Yeah.
That's really it.
All right. And then again, that's another thing is this whole barn scene is where the Michael Myers character just breaks down for me, and it ruins the whole film. Because like then he travels as fast as lightning. He's standing there, lightning flashes, and then he's gone. Really? That's how fast you can move. All right. But apparently you also need a van to do that over long distances.
He can only do it over short distances.
Yeah, it's just, and not through objects either. But yes, through objects when you're not looking at them.
Oh shit.
It's that's what I mean. Like you have to go in this movie and go, oh, this is gonna be scary, and then go, that was scary, no matter what happens. Because if you think about it for a second, you're like, so basically what you're telling me is there's a bunch of mentally deficient people in Hollywood.
So they just really need to add
they're
just
in
a little
charge.
subtitle to this movie, like please keep your disbelief
Yeah.
suspended
No,
throughout
yeah.
this entire film, no matter what.
Yeah, same thing. She steps from the twig and he hears him. Why? Is he blind? I don't understand what the hell's going on. Like I said, this whole it just breaks down the whole movie. I'm done at this point. So next we hop over to Haddonfield, Halloween in Haddonfield, where we go to the Strode house, and we get the what do the kids tape that thing to the real estate sign?
He's coming. It's a Michael Myers caricature.
Yeah.
It sucked then. It sucks now.
What is going on in this world that there's some sort of murderer that exists well enough that they had to cancel a holiday, but also has merchandise?
Yeah. Oh. Well, people capitalize on it. People are assholes.
It's just.
I mean, actually, I think didn't they touch on that in Scream? Like
I was
after
gonna
the
say, it
Ghostface
seems like
killer
Scream-
Yeah,
started.
but that's Scream, and they also decided to ban a holiday because of it. You think they go,
That's
no,
true.
you can create merchandise. That's fine.
It's bootleg merchandise. It's like those.
Oh, there you go. That's fine.
It's like those knockoff action figures you see in dollar stores. Robert Cop.
Why did 3
I
8-year-old
read an
kids
article about it.
buy a bootleg Mike Myers set?
Because apparently these kids are
I know.
assholes.
Whatever. No, they're not, because then the father shows up and he out assholes all
yeah.
of them. Okay, first off, it's a real estate sign. They don't cement those things in. You could pull them out. I don't know why he chopped it the fuck down.
That's true.
I think he was just trying to prove a point.
That he's a dick?
Yeah.
He's probably drunk as we
Yeah,
learn
he
later.
proves it in whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
10 minutes
He
later,
did
how
it
much more
very
of
well.
of a dick he is.
Oh my goodness.
shit that man is.
That's the.
I feel
For-
like
as much as we're sitting here saying how good of an actor Paul Rudd is, we knew this guy was an asshole seconds after he appeared on screen.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt in our minds. So after he chops down a real estate sign, the man's like 6'1", 200 pounds. He could have leaned on it and it would have fell over. But whatever, he chops it down like a fucking maniac.
Like a fucking
If
suburban
someone
Paul
did that
Bunyan.
today, he would have had police at his house.
Yeah,
Nervous mothers would have called the police on
they
him.
would have. They should have back then.
They should have
They
back
just
then.
watched their giggling kids. Like, all right, stay away from that house.
Dummies. Too
Apparently
drunk
there's
to
a
care.
apparently there's a new murderer in this house.
All right, so he goes inside, and inside we get the mother and son from earlier, who Kara and Danny, as well as a younger brother of her and a mother. The father comes in, and he says children are ruining the country.
Oh yeah,
You know, like you don't need kids for a lineage to keep whatever.
keep the race alive.
Yeah, no. He's a genius, apparently.
And then the brother burps, and he's like, "Case in point."
Case in point, my son has flatulence. This country is ruined.
Kids are burping and destroying the ozone layer.
And then he just fucking
Aggressive dick mode.
shits on,
seriously.
calls his own grandson a bastard,
Yeah.
slaps his daughter,
For calling him a bastard.
For calling him, yeah,
Throws money at her like she's a whore.
like a whore, yeah, and his
Not
wife
at
too.
him, at the wife.
wife.
Yeah.
At her, yeah.
Yeah, at the
Disgusting.
for whatchamacallit, for
Which
handing
I
her
feel
mother.
like I don't. Maybe this is something we needed to see in the last movie, but they gloss over. Like he's like, oh, after what you did, like what did she do? Is this something we missed in the last movie?
I don't think it's something we missed.
She's a new
She's just left
character,
alone.
as I
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, I just think it's one of those where it's like, oh, you've been a troublemaker, and then out of nowhere, you showed up after all these years.
With a kid.
Yeah, with a kid who you don't know who the father is. You slut kind of type of deal.
Yeah. So yeah, he slaps her, and he's like talking down to her, and then he noticed that the little kid Danny is in between them two with a steak knife right at his gut, and they both kind of just slowly back away, and the scene just ends.
That's it?
Yeah, just
Yeah, I don't
we're
like
outside
that.
now.
Then she's outside, and she's like, all right, go to school. No reprimand whatsoever for that. I mean, I understand the guy's an asshole. I understand he just struck you in front of your son.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You
To the
need
point that she was
reprimand-
bleeding out of.
Don't pull a knife
Yeah.
on a dude.
Yeah, no matter the only unless he has a knife or a superior weapon, just for back. I'm not excusing his actions.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying that you shouldn't.
Well, I at the same time, I mean, I hear what you're saying because I just agree with it. But we also have to understand that he's a very large man beating down a small woman and a child. I suppose at that point, his defense would be a knife because anything he
Yeah.
throws at them is not going to harm him.
That's true.
He can swing his hand and break their face. They're going to need something
As the
serious. to
evidence
defend.
by doing
Yeah,
that same thing.
Right.
I guess so.
So,
like,
yeah.
honey, if you ever see anybody roughen up mom, that's exactly what you do. She trained him to do that as a single
guess
mother
so.
on her own.
Maybe. That I disagree with.
Yeah.
Now we've gotten back into the disagreeing part of the story. That's not good. If it happened, don't do that again, but I'm kind of proud of you for being so brave. Training the kid to pull knives on people, not
Only
cool.
if they assault her.
The implications,
What
because
is he, a pip now?
Maybe.
All right. So they go outside. The mother, Kara, says goodbye to the son, Danny, and he goes
Take it easy,
to
Danny.
school. It took me a second to realize this, but the girl who was on the radio earlier when Jamie was running through the dust, yeah, they were talking about, we're going to do a thing later, blah, blah, blah. That's her friend who meets her at the door. Yeah. And they're like, oh my God, what happened? You're bleeding from your face. And yeah, they jump in the car and they drive away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then we go to the hospital, as it is, and Terrence from earlier, Dr. Loomis's friend, who I don't know if we learn it now, but his name is Dr. Terrence Wynn.
Yeah, that'd be at the very least when we learned that's his last name. Maybe, I don't remember, but maybe he called him Terrence or Terry when they were hanging out earlier.
Yeah, he called him Terrence in the beginning, but,
Okay, but
I'm not
he
sure
wouldn't have
when
called
we
him by his
learn
last
Wynn.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You don't
it's
say
now.
that when you see a friend, like, oh, their full name. No, if you're close enough friends that you can just show up out of nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah, so they get to the hospital, and he's like, oh, secretary, I need some information on Mike Myers. And she's like, Mike Myers? I just heard news on him.
How convenient.
Yeah. Cut to the kids again. Go back to the kids, and Kara and her brother and that friend talk about the creepy neighbor as they drive past his house, and he's looking out the window, and that apparently it's a boarding house, and that the lady who runs it is just near deaf.
Which makes me wonder, though, is she deaf or does she just play dumb the whole time?
I'm
gotta
convinced
be.
it's a play.
It has to be.
Because if it was real, then she wouldn't be able to retain any of this information.
That's true.
And she wouldn't be a viable post. So it's got to be all fake. The second she started telling that story to Danny about the Halloween shit, I was like, this is all a fucking act. There's no way you're that deaf and then you're that coherent. Like,
And then she was gleeful when she was telling that story. That creeped me out. I have a note on that.
I mentioned it.
my literal-
That's how much it creeped me out.
My literal note on this old bitch seems entirely too happy to be delivering this horrible news to what is the main character's name?
Kara.
Kara.
K-A-R-A. Kara.
Yeah, that like your child is cursed, and here is the same. We'll get into that.
Yeah. It's
Like she seemed so happy.
yeah.
She was like orgasming like
Fucking
while she's
fear
like
slut.
just like Marty's mom.
No, that's a danger slut. That's different. Jeez, man. All right, so yeah, once again, we get these connecting shots where they drive past the boarding house and talk about the neighbor and the boarding, and then we
That really is this
flash
movie, a whole bunch of connecting
into.
shots.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it, especially because there's times where they don't do it, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What are you
They
doing?
had a good theme going here. The only coherent thing is this entire fucking movie,
Yeah.
and you throw that out the window
Now,
too.
do we flash forward? Is that what happened? Is this tomorrow? No, seconds later. Yeah, so then, like I said, we jump into the creepy neighbor's house, Tommy, and he's going over the radio call from when Jamie called in, and he's just kind of going back and forth. I didn't know reel-to-reel was still that popular in '95. It was amazing that not only that man had a reel-to-reel, but the machine in his
whole
room,
thing.
the whole thing. That
Well,
was
maybe that's
crazy
why.
to
Maybe it
me.
wasn't popular. It's so outdated. That's how he was able to get his hands on it.
Maybe. Oh, maybe it's something from the '80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So then he notices a clue on the tape, and that leads him to the bus depot. Just right again. There's just a flash to the bus depot.
Everybody in
Love
this
these-
movie travels by lightning.
Yeah, there's all these connecting shots like that.
They do talk about Nordic mythology. You're onto something with that Thor stuff. Thor.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you saying Nords traveled by lightning? I was like, what the hell's going on? I know I don't know a lot about Vikings, but I'm pretty confident in that one. Tommy just arrives at the bus depot, walks up to the clerk who's now there, asks him if a bus arrived. He says it does, and then Tommy just walks away.
Yeah. Well, no, he asked him if a bus arrived last night from the
Yeah.
show. Oh, okay, yeah.
Just that, if it arrived, whatever. Yeah, and he's like,
walks
"What?
away.
Are you looking for somebody?" And he just kind of just floats away.
No, thank you. Yeah. Creepy mode full activated with this guy.
Goes over to the payphones. Like, I was so fucking sad because when he started doing this and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go to the pay," I'm like, "Oh shit, this dude's gonna detective mode this shit." Like, I thought he was gonna be a detective throughout this whole film,
Right.
and I got into it. I was like, "Yeah." No, seconds later it's done, and I'm like, "Fuckers."
Yeah, then it's just convenience. at
Yeah,
this
he
point.
goes over to the payphones, notices a trail of blood.
Which, how the fuck did nobody notice this?
Thank you.
You open the bus depot, you're the most incompetent employee. You don't check the bathrooms? Every place of business has you sweep out the bathrooms.
Not in a small
No,
town in the
not-
'90s, I guess. I don't know, dude.
Not the credit union.
Yeah.
You work at a shitty bank, Danny.
So how does no one notice the blood,
Not
let
only
alone
that,
leading to the bathroom? And how the fuck does the baby stay quiet all night?
Yeah,
and,
how does nobody hear a crying baby? How does the baby not perish during the night? Babies need to eat a lot.
well, no, that's fine. But But there's a lot of point in this movie where
Maybe
the
that's why it
baby's
wasn't
very
I
quiet.
think we should clarify that this is still a newborn baby.
Oh, that's true.
This
yeah.
baby is
A few hours old.
hours old. Well,
Maybe a day at this
no, less than because it's
that's
still
true, at
daytime.
night, yeah.
So yeah, 12 hours.
If that. Which, this bothers me too.
So you know what? Maybe you're right because they don't show at any point that the baby was nursed. That it went from
She was too busy running for her life to be like, here's a tit. That's how they do it, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I saw today on the subway.
It's beautiful.
No,
It's a beautiful thing.
it's
kinda
a human
weird.
being eating. What are you talking about?
It's nurturing of a child.
That's because they make it out to be like that.
Yeah. Now, and this is another thing that really bothers me is that Michael Myers doesn't think to go back to the last place that he saw this woman and the baby and follow the obvious blood trail and go to the obvious cries of the baby.
It's because there wasn't a body he had to hide there.
His super OCD hadn't kicked in.
Yeah,
at
it
this
didn't
point.
kick in. No, he didn't have to clean any. If he saw the blood, he would have wiped it up. But he didn't. He had to.
Super clean. It's like Rosie the fucking robot over here.
Well, maybe he did see the blood. How else did he know she was in the bathroom?
Yeah, right?
No, she followed him in there because when she shows up to the bus depot,
Yeah.
she notices him and that's what is it? She hangs up the phone and she runs.
At the bus depot, she notices him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, that's why she runs down to the bathroom and try to hide from him.
I thought she realized that she wasn't getting anywhere with the radio guys and just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna run."
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, that does make more sense.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was stupid for her to just go,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
running.
she noticed. Yeah, Mike Myers showed up and then she ran away.
Really? Are you sure? Because then she went to the bathroom and just kind of held her baby for a while. Like, she didn't try to hide.
Because I think she was trying to find somewhere to put the baby at first.
She knew he wouldn't enter the women's room because he wasn't allowed.
No.
Regardless, that just feeds into the further confusion that is this film.
Like Myers just staring at the woman's sign.
Yeah.
Stabs
He
it a couple
probably
times.
did stare at it for a good 20
He stares
seconds.
at things. Turns his head a little bit. That's
hate
Kane's entire character.
I hate it.
Kane stole the fuck out of that.
Yeah, he... Oh, shit, he did.
Oh,
Early,
shit,
early,
yeah.
Early Kane is just Michael Myers. You guys didn't know
shit.
that? I mean, I know I'm probably the only one at this table that thoroughly studied the career of Kane.
Yeah, you're pretty into him.
Yeah.
You're pretty into
But yeah, that's always the head to the side, sitting up.
Wait! Does that mean Paul Bearer is Dr. Loomis?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Damn it. What the hell? I don't want to know that. Now I gotta hate them.
Yeah, because the first time he was in the 80s, Taker debuted in 1990, so that whole thing, the whole sitting up and the whole looking, that's the Michael Myers thing. Michael Myers, he does that Taker sit up. That Taker got that from fucking horror movies.
I should know this because I've been involved in wrestling, but I always forget what fucking hacks wrestlers are.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
They steal everything.
They just... Taker did a direct quote from Pulp Fiction one time, and nobody called him on it.
Well, he would have fought them if he called them.
Somebody did. Their body still hasn't been found.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Paul Rudd follows the blood trail, goes to the bathroom,
Gets the baby.
kidnaps a baby. Kidnapping. Not his child, didn't present it to the police. Kidnapping.
Well, is it really kidnapping if there are no parents?
You have to turn it in.
Yeah.
You can't
it's
just
not
find
your
the baby
kid.
on
You
the
can't
street.
just claim a child for your own.
Well, lesson learned.
Should we stop this podcast and go to your house and rescue a baby? Is that what's happening?
Did you find a dumpster baby?
You're not saying no, which is alarming.
We're going right now. We need to take this podcast on the road. It's now an expose to Danny Money's personal life. Saving dumpster babies.
All right, we jump to the bar now, right?
Yeah.
Cops and EMTs are just cleaning up the scene. Dr. Loomis and I think Terrence also show
Yeah.
up. And Dr. Loomis goes, it's his sign. He's come home about the thorn sign burned to the hay. Jump to college. They're just walking across some lawn. I think the background is they're talking about the Halloween fair. All that stuff like
that
the
seems to be a
radio
pretty
thing
big
is going
thing,
on. Yeah, it's just the general. Oh, this was actually the one part where did you guys notice there's one song in this movie? Like an actual real song with lyrics and
No,
shit like that?
no.
Yeah. It appears here when they're walking across the lawn in the college and at the end credits.
Really?
Yeah. And I
not
couldn't.
aware.
I couldn't believe it either. After watching the film twice, once the end credits came, I laughed. I laughed because I was like, I can't believe that there's a real song in here. That it's not just all
I didn't
Halloween
listen to
horror.
the credits at all. Like once it faded away, I skipped to the end because
Just to see
the,
if there's anything
the
in it,
Avengers
yeah.
movies have trained me to wait until the end of the credits.
So yeah, we're at college. Kara starts to look through her book bag, and it falls open, drops everything. She picks up that drawing of Danny's from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They turn out because on one side I think it just had the thorn symbol,
Yeah.
and he turned around and it's got like him killing people or something like just a lot of
Yeah.
bloody people with knives in them or something like that. or-
Yeah, I think it's his entire family.
Oh yeah, and and he,
It's
with a
the whole
knife
family.
and
It's
the
his
bloody.
mom,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
grandparents, and his uncle.
Fulfilling the prophecy of the thorn in a picture, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's drawing his dreams, and that's what the Dark Man is telling him.
Yeah,
Sure.
Again, one of the problems with that.
Nuances, man.
It's what?
Nuances. You gotta read between the lines.
There are no lines to read between. There's no butterflies either. Okay, so Tommy, we cut to Tommy, and he's going to a hospital with the baby. He just screams in a nurse's face to get it for a doctor, and then immediately walks away.
Yeah.
He's like, I need a doctor. There's something wrong with my baby. She's like, what's wrong with it? He's like, I need a doctor, and just immediately walks away. Immediately turns away.
Well, that's because right after he yells at her that he needs a doctor, she's like, "Oh, okay, security."
Yeah, but he walks away before she calls
Oh,
security.
does he?
Yeah,
She's
that's
She's like
why it
taking
was
it back.
weird.
Like she takes a second to be like, that crazy. I'm gonna call security. Like she takes a second to absorb it. Like this crazy motherfucker is gonna eat that baby or something.
Which I found conveniently weird was that when he was there, so was Dr. Loomis was there too. Just so
Convenience,
happened.
man.
Yeah, I don't know why. What was he following the corpse? Like what?
It might have been. That actually would make sense. He's
What
trying to
corpse
follow
though?
the corpse.
Jamie's
of
corpse
Jamie,
from the barn.
to
I
examine
guess.
her.
Eh.
He probably wanted to examine the corpse.
Oh, yes, yeah, probably because what is it? Because in that scene too, the doctor mentions. Is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in that scene. Yeah, the doctor mentions.
Pregnancy?
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's much later. Much
Okay.
later.
Central
Yeah,
fluid.
Then
Oh,
it-
wait,
Much later.
Then
Much
that's
later.
much later. Then once again, why the fuck is Dr. Loomis at the hospital?
Well, maybe he's there. Maybe he's talking to that doctor. Maybe that's the reason the doctor tells him about the fluid later. He's like, "Oh, if there's anything comes up, let me know."
Yeah, but we didn't see that, so that's a lot of
it's all
presumption into
implications,
into two characters who don't interact on screen. Tommy runs over to Dr. Loomis, and he's like, "You remember me? I'm Tommy, the kid from the first film." And he's like, "Oh shit, yeah, you are." And then he's like, and then Tommy, "That's
What you doing here, dude?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then this is like the worst acting that Paul Rudd does in the whole film. When they're like, "Oh, Jamie's the last of the bloodline," he's like, "No, I don't think he is." Oh man, the Strode family, they adopted her. Where there's a whole house, and I was just like, "What are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you doing?" The way he acted, it
Yeah.
brought me out of the scene so much. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?"
Very overacted. Yeah.
So yeah, and then security shows up, and he's like, "Gotta go!"
Yeah.
and bolts.
Runs away. They don't think they're chasing off the premises or call the police.
No. Why? He's only potentially stealing a child. It's whatever.
Potentially harming it. Yeah.
So jump to the Strode house, and the eldest mother, who's the grandmother technically,
Yeah.
yeah.
she's doing laundry. This is when the machine breaks, and then she just walks around her house nervously holding a laundry basket. Like nothing has happened at the point in this film. There's no reason she should be worried.
She's probably worried about how she's gonna pay for it. That's my best guess. That is honestly the best thing I can come
I
up
will
with.
check it off as an okay and mark it that
Move
this
on.
film sucks dick. Just keep going.
It's like my husband's a drunk asshole. We gotta support this little kid that just showed up at our doorstep. How are we gonna afford to pay for a new washer?
Oh, that was it? She was afraid her husband was going to show up and beat her randomly?
What I found was here. Well, I guess, but that's not what I found weird.
You had to break into that. Yeah, women do get beat by their husbands.
Mid-90s, drunk realtors.
Exactly, bitches not be listening and need a good smacking.
Whoa.
I mean, it's true, but you shouldn't say it like that.
What is sexism okay, but
We'll explain to you later. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, what I found weird though in this scene is that they show her facing one way, And then all of a sudden she turns around and Dr. Loomis is in the house?
In her house,
How
too.
did he get in the house?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Yeah, how did he
fucking
just walk in
broken.
and is like,
Maybe he just has a key to Michael Myers' house, so his
And
assholes
they've never changed the locks. Oh, man.
Listen, that's a house you don't want to keep people out of. Like that's where the murderers come from. What are you gonna do? Lock them in? You don't want to change those locks. You don't have to.
but still, her reaction to it, though, is just like, oh, who are you? Not,
Yeah,
how
not-
the fuck did you get in my house and what are you doing here?
Not to assault him immediately, as you should do an intruder.
Exactly.
Creepy old man just leering at you, telling your entire family's about to get murdered viciously.
So yeah, Loomis shows up. Jump back to Tommy's room. Tommy's there taking care of his the baby, not his baby. He said
It's his now.
It is kind of his now, especially because he names it Steven.
Yeah.
The head walks past the door. The baby's crying, but apparently she's deaf, so she doesn't hear it, which I guess she actually did, and it was all part of her elaborate ruse. Back in the Strode house, Dr. Loomis tells Mrs. Strode all about the Myers, the history house, and the family and all that garbage.
Yeah, so then at this point we go outside and we see Danny walking back.
Yeah.
Why isn't
kinda-
this child supervised?
Yeah, well, it's the 80s, so they didn't care about shit back
Yeah.
then.
90s.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
I keep
yeah,
forgetting it's the
95.
95s.
It's mid 90s. This is when Stranger Danger was like first coming around. I'm pretty sure. I think that was the peak of it.
Okay.
It's a movie with 80s sensibilities though.
So yeah, so Danny then all of a sudden stops because he sees the man in the black. Which they really made, in my view, look a lot more scarier than the payoff made it seem out to be.
Yes, absolutely.
The dude looked
You
like
know-
a specter. He was like,
Exactly, just hanging out there, kind of like, no one else notices me but you, kid.
That's fucked
You
up.
know.
It's a real person.
maybe he is astro projecting just to the child.
Oh, that great. More supernatural shit. And that doesn't make any fucking whatever.
It makes a little more sense than nobody else being able to see him.
Yeah, it does make a little more sense once I'm done
Marginally.
beating my head in with metal.
Yeah, and then while he's entranced staring at the man in black, all of a sudden Tommy shows up and scares Danny.
Yeah. Sorry, kid. I made you drop your pumpkin. Why? Where'd you get that pumpkin from?
Maybe he got it
He
from
went to
school.
school. Oh, they just give out pumpkins in
They
the
have been pumpkin
90s?
carving. They just gave kids knives, really sharp knives, and they carve pumpkins, and they give them to the most depressed-looking child there.
And they wonder why they had murderers in their town.
I feel like there is no curse, and this is just a film about how you should watch your fucking kid.
Sure.
Probably.
You should probably just parent your kid a little better.
Horrible parenting. The Michael Myers story.
Yes.
Actually, the remake made it seem like that way. His mom was a stripper.
Okay.
So yeah, he drops the pumpkin, and then we smash cut back to not smash cut. We go back to the Strode house.
I would have allowed you because you bastard! The pumpkin smashed! There's a smash! You ruined it! You could have, it was all there! Ah.
We pumpkin smashed.
No,
the
it's
Strode
too
house.
late! It's too late! I'm not even gonna edit it.
The smashing pumpkins show up, and then they fly us.
See? There's so many! There were so many you could have done! And
They just start
you
singing.
just ruined it. Oh, they were all right there. Fucking Christ. This
They just start singing. The end is the beginning is the end.
movie is ruining careers now. Careers. Holy crap. So yeah, we go back to that Strode / Myers house. And we get Grandma Strode, whose name is... I finally learned his name is Deborah, which is so pointless at this point that I learned her name. She calls her abusive husband / father, well, an abusive father, her abusive husband, John is apparently his name, and she asks him about everything Dr. Loomis said. His response is to ask her why the hell she's talking to people and letting people in the house when he's not home. She's just like, you knew it. You knew everything, didn't you? And he's like, God damn it. And he hangs up and he starts to drink.
It's like the only intelligence she exhibits in the entire movie,
Yeah.
just putting this shit together.
Yeah.
Which actually might not be intelligence. Loomis may have explicitly pointed that out to her.
And then she still had to question him
yeah.
about it before she was like, oh, this dude's fucking me, huh? And not in a sexual way. The way he should be over all these years that he is not.
And I'm a drunk asshole kind of way.
Well, that's kind of the way he has been. You know, let's not get into that. I'm not even going to... Why letting people in the house? Whatever. Hang up. He drinks. She goes to pack. When she comes back downstairs, a box that she had taken downstairs earlier is now upstairs. That's the only thing.
OCD.
Why? Why did he
Michael
have
likes
to?
fucking with people.
Just to? It's.
But that's the thing. If all he's gonna take from the box is the axe, why not just leave the box downstairs and
likes
just
fucking
grab
with
it?
But that's the thing. If he likes fucking with people, then he's a person. Then he has motives. He's got feelings and all these other things that you. It's just.
That don't fit the character.
No, it's just so strange. Like, the more I watch this film, the more it's becoming obvious that he's not some supernatural death monster. He's the fucking Rain Man of murder. Mm-hmm. He really is. So yeah, after she goes downstairs, she sees the box. The phone rings. She goes pick up the phone.
Creepy voice.
Yeah, creepy voice says, "We want the child." He's like, what? Hangs up.
Why the fuck do they think she has a child?
I know. I have so many problems with that sentence alone. I mean, given her age, there's at least 3 children. She has 3 children. Like, how would she know? Oh, you mean the youngest? Oh, okay. I'll give him to you right now.
Oh shit, that's the child they want. They want a grandkid because he's got the mark.
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
they were talking about the baby.
No.
That's what they were after the whole movie.
No, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes more sense.
Oh, okay. yeah.
All is forgiven. Not all. There's so much.
Which, I mean, a lot of presumption on the edge of the cult. We want the child. Click. What if she said yeah? What if she was like, okay, I don't want him. Go take
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. Where
He's
do
a
I
little
meet you?
bastard. He's
Where's the
causing
drop
problems
off?
in his home.
Right? And then, they hang up. She turns around. Myers is standing there. Right? So, obviously, she's going to get fucking killed by him.
Creeping in the sunlight this
Right?
time.
Yeah. So, what? So, the cult, I guess, has no control over him. Because apparently, we want the child was a pointless message.
Yeah, just a freak, or just a distractor long
Just,
enough.
yeah.
Right.
It's, like I said, this film is fucking balls.
It's ass juice, like you said.
It's just the juice from an ass. Yeah, turns around, Myers is there. She starts to run. And this is the scene where I realize that all women over the age of 50 need to keep physically active.
Yeah.
Do you see these tiny little baby steps she takes as she runs?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so gross.
Disoriented in her own goddamn backyard.
Right? How do you
Where she's lived for.
How do you not know where your fence is? Like how
I
little...
get you're terrified and you're not thinking correctly, but I mean,
What? Not even that. Why are you going chasing after him in the backyard to make sure that he's there instead of going?
No, she ran away from him, and he appeared outside.
teleportation.
Yeah, but that was before, because first she's in the kitchen doing something, and then she notices him outside in the laundry.
No, he's inside.
No, he's inside the house, and she runs out of the house.
Oh.
He is in another part of the house, like through like a kitchen, kind of like window opening. So it may look like he's outside from
Right.
there. I could see that, but no, he's definitely inside.
Oh, okay.
She runs outside, trips over herself. What was glass made out of back then?
Yeah, right. Her glass.
Her glass
is
shattered.
so
Oh my
it's on
God.
Grass.
Yeah,
Soft as
yeah.
grass.
Whatever. Fine. They're broken. She pulls open a sheet, and there's Myers. And he axes her in the face. Cut to, Kara shows up. The front door is chained shut when she tries to go into it, right? And she's like, all right, Mom, are you there? Mom, whatever. Goes around to the back. Nothing. Everything's gone. The sheet, all that stuff is gone.
Which now makes me wonder, because in this scene we learned that Tommy goes back to the Stroud Myers house with Danny. How long did it take him to walk 20 feet, and how long did the grandmother getting killed by Michael Myers take?
And then elaborately hidden
Exactly.
and stuffed in the dishwasher and stuffed in the washing
Exactly. Stuff in the washing machine,
Rewired.
and then
Yeah, that's true. Did
And put in the
Danny
scene.
and Tommy meet at a random location in another part of town?
yeah, because
big is this
they
town?
just make it seem like it was the
Yeah.
corner of where they lived.
Exactly.
So yeah,
How
exactly.
long did this take? Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, how long is the time frame in all this?
It-
Or
Well,
does
it's entirely possible they were happening at the same time.
I was just thinking about that. No, because later on we find that he hid the mother in the attic, which is where his room is. It's like right there down the hall.
yeah,
So, I mean, unless, again, no mass. And apparently things he touches don't have mass, so he can just throw them and they won't make a sound.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that's what Yeah, so Kara walks around the house, eventually goes inside, goes upstairs the whole time. She's like, Mom, where are you, Mom? I'm sure, like me, most people thought this was going to be like the pickup and she was going to get attacked.
yeah.
Nope.
More exposition.
More fucking exposition. She goes into Danny's room. Tommy's there. She starts like, "Who are you? Why are you here?" Blah, blah, blah. And then Tommy's like, "You know whose room this used to be?" Cut to the boarding house. All of a sudden, they're in Tommy's house.
This is just be a serial killer's room. He shouldn't be in here. Let's go to my house.
Yeah, let's go to my house where, it's...
Totally
We
not
can watch
serial
his
killer.
room from my room.
Tommy says hi to Mrs. B. He doesn't hear her. They all go upstairs. Tommy tries to feed the baby, but apparently he just
Sucks at
doesn't
it.
know how to do it. So Kara does it. Tommy explains the thorn ruin and all that stuff. I had to watch the movie twice before I realized this is where all the backstory for his killing happens.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that this was it. I thought he was just explaining the ruin, and I was like, oh no, he's explaining the character.
Yeah. The motives and
The
everything.
bullshit. I hate it. It's so.
I feel like because I just read it. I just like while we were talking, I looked it up, and it's weird because it's based on old Celtic lore that the mark of the thorn falls on the child of a tribe, and so long as one family is massacred, the entire tribe can live on, which I guess is okay back then. But how the fuck does that live into modern lore? Does that mean that this entire town? Why hasn't this entire town sunk into the ground?
Exactly.
Then?
Why? How come there's nobody else feeling the wrath of a curse?
Yeah, because his family isn't dead yet.
Yeah. Why is he after?
For 20 years.
I mean, why are? I don't understand what the motive of the cult is too. They want to control him
Well, yeah, I guess they want to fulfill the prophecy.
for what? What prophecy?
Yeah, for what purpose?
The thorn prophecy, so that he kills the family.
The
But what
problem,
does it accomplish,
The
though?
problem with
Nothing.
that, though, because the I know I feel like I'm attacking you now,
That's
but
all right.
but the problem with that is it is Myers has to kill his family bloodline in order for the village to prosper.
Yeah,
The
they're not part of the village.
They're not. No, not only that. Where's the 600-year story of villages
that's-
sinking into the ground? Why isn't anyone dying?
That's true.
He's been going on for 5 movies, not successfully killing his family.
Why has there never been
There's no
repercussions?
consequence. The only consequence is a town banned a holiday.
That's the real consequence.
It's It's
maybe that's
bullshit.
the Thorns' motive is that they can control Michael somehow. That's why they want to keep the baby. To keep the baby away from him, so he's always pursuing it, and he'll just keep killing people. I don't know what they gain out of these people dying.
But then that brings up the question: does Michael have any motive? Like why?
He just wants to kill the baby.
But he wants the baby because there's a time at the end
Yeah,
where he
just
goes,
reaches
"Here's the
for it.
baby," and he just reaches for it like delicately.
Yeah, he should have stabbed her right in the face, right there.
Yeah, like why does he want the kid? Especially because, as I understand it, that's his child. And that's the way, as I understand it, yeah. As I understand it, the woman, his niece, he raped her.
Oh,
I don't know why he has an erection, but he does. And he rapes her, apparently. And that's his kid. But if that's the case, then that means the curse will go on forever. Like, why isn't he trying to kill his own kid? Like, what's... I feel like if I watched every other Halloween movie, I would go, I understand why this happens, but I'd still think it was crap.
I don't think so really, because this movie was specifically written with that in mind. With a reason
that's
to
the
explain
worst.
it. It's the ending. The ending being changed is what ruins it. I feel like maybe there was some better resolution.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this. The producer's cut has 45 minutes worth of alternate material.
Yeah, so it's 11 rewrites. There's so much that's lost in 11 rewrites, and producers and executives and Chappelle's vendetta against sensibility.
Joe Chappelle's. Let's not confuse him.
I couldn't think of his name. Chappelle is the only name
Yeah.
I could remember.
I don't want to confuse him with any other Chappelle's.
Dave Chappelle had nothing to do with this.
No.
So he explains it, and then we finally go back to the hospital.
Yes.
And then that's when Dr. Loomis finds out that there
Yeah.
was the
Definitely
placental
placenta.
fluid.
Definitely had a kid.
Yeah, within the last 2 hours. And that's when it clicks in his mind. Like, that's when he's like, oh, that kid wasn't fucking insane. That's totally the baby. And so he just runs off. He just runs off to save the day. And we go back to the boarding house finally. And then the old bitch apparently isn't deaf anymore. And she's telling a story to Danny about basically about the history of Halloween. Just like why they celebrate Halloween and how they're going to keep the boogeyman away. And then Kara comes back and she's like, all right, stop talking
Yeah,
to my
she
kid.
mentions the boogeyman. He's like, all right, I don't like you to know that shit.
Yeah, and then she's like, your son's fucking crazy with like the most gleeful smile I've ever seen on a person.
He hears the voice, you know.
Yeah. She seems so happy to be delivering. Maybe she's just happy that people are talking.
It almost, the way she said it, it almost sounds like she was trying to imitate Bert Ives.
It was so weird. She was so happy to be telling her this horrible thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
then-
mean, it makes sense later on when
Yeah.
we find out. I mean, that's why
And then
I feel like
Laurie-
she was faking everything.
Yeah. And then Laurie, like, totally accepts it. She was like, Michael Myers heard voices? Totally accepts it as
Who?
facts. I'm sorry.
Kara.
Who was Laurie? Laurie was...
That was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I remember that name so well. But
She hasn't been in the film
that's who it should have been. And then we get to the fair with DJ Asshole. Every movie, I feel like every horror
Barry
movie...
Smith, I think it was.
Sims.
Oh, Sims.
Sims.
That's
I feel like every horror movie needs one character that you're very happy dies.
I was under the impression that was the father.
So was I
Yeah.
until this guy showed up, and now apparently this movie has two.
I didn't feel like, I know he was a dick, but I didn't feel like he was enough of a dick to warrant death.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, the father definitely deserved to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the worst he said? Oh, I bet she wears crotchless panties and barks like a dog.
Wait, what did you say that?
He did say that.
Yeah, he says it to...
I know he said it, but
Yeah.
about who? To
About the,
Friend.
the
girl?
Yeah, the girl,
Oh,
the
okay.
brother's girlfriend.
That's funny because when I looked it up online and people mentioned this, they said that the reason he died was because he called Mike Myers a pussy.
That's true. He does.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah. In the
Well, he
van.
was also...
Why? Why does Myers have pride? Like, what?
No, I think Myers, it's because he had every intention of going to Myers' house. He was on his way to Michael Myers' house when Michael killed him.
So?
So
doesn't
Michael
know over to his
teleported
house.
through the phone behind him.
Yeah, it's electricity. It's a Norse ruin. He clearly has the power of Thor. Despite not being worthy.
He's a rain and lightning man. That's what he is. So, he shows up at the fair, Barry Sims. He's wearing a Flasher costume, which I kind of feel like adds to the dick part of his character. I don't know why.
And he looks much older than I imagined. Like, he just looks like a broken down, middle-aged kind of guy.
That's radio.
That is,
That's
yeah.
pretty much radio, yeah.
That's why they have to be on it.
Which I think this scene could have been so much better because at first they started it really mysterious where you don't know that's Barry Sims, but they just show you know a black guy in a trench coat. So in my head I'm like, oh man, this is the same kid that the same guy that was watching Danny from before.
The Dark Man.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was the Man in Black. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of it too, because Paul Rudd's wandering around there looking for Dr. Loomis, so I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna get really good.
Yeah.
Because they're all gonna be in one spot. And no.
Nope.
Fucking Barry Sims.
Barry Sims
Fuck
is like,
that
oh, you live in the
guy.
Myers house? Let's go broadcast from there.
What a dick.
Yeah. He leaves. Everybody's kind of splits up. Barry Sims goes into a van. I guess it's that same van from earlier that he was chasing Jamie with.
No, this is
No,
I
this
think
is his van.
yeah. For
Well,
the radio
but
station.
that's the thing. He calls the guy, whatever his assistant or whatever, says, hey, pull the van around.
Oh, the van's
He
not
can't
there.
find it. Then he finds a van. Not necessarily his van.
He
finds an unlocked van and
It's
sits in
white,
it.
Yeah.
Could have possibly been the van Myers was driving
Explain
earlier.
why Myers was in the back.
Yeah, exactly. That was my concern because originally I was like, why would Myers hide in the back of his van when he hasn't done anything to Myers until he was in the car? Because he didn't call him a pussy until he was in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
no, you're right.
Either that, then it would have to just default back to some weird stay out of my house.
Yeah. He
Don't
doesn't
touch
want
my
people-
stuff.
He kills everybody who goes in there. That's the thing. He murders. They made an entire movie about
But
that.
he just murders everyone, though, is the thing.
No, he murders people that are in his way. He doesn't. I mean, why not just slaughter the entire town then? Like, he just kills people that are specifically in his way of killing his family or that come into his house.
I guess.
If he just murders everybody, then he would literally be murdering everybody because this man is clearly capable of anything.
I guess so, because
And he could
if
take
Barry
down the
Sims
entire
broadcast
country.
at the house, it would have ruined
Yeah, would have ruined. He just
finding the family and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I guess. But again, why is he so fucking elaborate? How does he have such a complex thought system, fucking Myers? Why does he have the ability to think 3-4 steps ahead like that?
he's a serial killer. He's maniacal.
But he's not.
No,
He's
yeah.
not maniacal. He's a fucking zombie.
He spent the majority of his life in a mental institution, you know. Where is he going to come up with all these thoughts, Joey?
Books from the mental institution.
Sure.
They don't not give you books or show you TV. You learned it on Sesame Street.
I must have missed that day.
Anyway, Myers kills him, and we go to that Strode/Myers house. The brother Tim and his girlfriend, who I think looks like Kristen Stewart in this scene.
Yes!
A little bit.
Yeah, right?
Throughout the whole movie, at first I thought it was Kristen Stewart. I was like, what? And then I had to look it up to make sure it wasn't her.
That would not make any sense because that means she didn't age. She really is a vampire.
Look at Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd really didn't age either.
Man. That's the real mystery of the thorn. So yeah, and then this is a scene that bothers me. They both go in the house. There's nobody home. The power's off, and Tim keeps asking the girl Beth why. And he's like, oh, why do you think the lights are off? It's his house. Why is he asking her? And he goes, hey, where's everybody? She's like, they're probably at the fair. Like, why does he expect her to know?
Which is like, weren't you guys just at the fair? So wouldn't you have known if they were there?
No,
and on top of it, too, aren't you guys worried that everyone's supposedly coming back to the Myers house
why do they
to
decide
continue
to
the
just
radio
start
show?
fucking randomly when they know for a fact that the shock jock is coming, shock jockey, whatever, is coming to the house to broadcast. A guy who made a pass at her and talked about their sex life. Like, you know what? Let's just show him that she's not wearing crotchless panties. Let's show him what he was talking about.
I don't, whatever, man. I don't know. Whatever. Tim genuinely didn't know that his house was the Myers house. So Beth kind of tells him the story. And Tim is freaked out. So they have sex.
That's how you calm a guy down.
It's literally, he's like, stop it. You're freaking me out. She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
your
to.
penis.
Blah.
Try that next time.
Then we go to the Halloween fair. I want to say this is probably the third act. Actually, probably a little bit further, considering it doesn't make any sense, the things you've already said. But I want to feel like this is the third act because this is where it really picks up. Which we see Tommy walking through the fair, and then some girl is going, "Mommy, it's raining. It's raining red." Extra creepy in my eyes. There's no mommy. There's no mother around her.
Well, the mother comes later, I think.
Yeah,
A woman.
Yeah, a woman comes through.
Well, I wouldn't even say a woman. A figure picks her up and runs.
Adult.
What I found even more creepy is the little girl the whole time, and she's like, "Oh, it's raining red,"
It's
and then she's like,
warm.
"Oh, yes." All of a sudden, she's
warm
like,
out.
"It's warm." I'm like, "Oh."
I thought it was weird that
How
she was
does this
looking directly at Paul Rudd while it was happening.
Yeah.
How does this little girl not know what blood is? Has she never scraped her knee or never?
I don't know.
Kids hurt themselves a lot.
That or you think it's raining red, you're not gonna look up to be like, "Oh."
Where's it
She
coming
did
from?
though. That was the thing.
Oh, she does? I didn't
She
know
looks
it was
up for a second, and they try to play it off like she doesn't, but she does look up. And I didn't understand how she didn't notice it. But whatever. Tommy walks over, and he's like, "What the?" And he sees blood on his hand. Looks up. Barry Sims strung up in Christmas lights.
What I found funny was at the same moment when he looks up, the body just happens to fall out of
Fall
the tree.
down. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Michael Myers, that
Yeah.
elaborate. Once somebody makes eye contact with this corpse, it'll fall out of this fucking tree.
Because it loses mass.
That's right.
Or rather, it gains mass, because now somebody's looking at it again. Oh, shit.
So it's almost like the fucking Looney Tunes principle, like you don't fall down until you look down.
So he's a cartoon
guess.
character. That's great. Fucking cartoon character.
Fucking Judge Doom all over again.
We jump back to the Strode Myers house. Beth and Tim are done having sex. Tim goes and takes a shower.
Right, which
Completely glossed over the dad showing up.
I was gonna say, I think we did.
Yeah, you completely
actually,
just.
now that we glossed
Because I was
over
looking
it.
forward to that part. Like I saw it coming up, I was like, ooh, and I'm like, it's raining red. Wait.
I thought we were skipping something.
Yeah, you totally skipped over
Oh,
that.
I did. It's right between.
And this is my favorite part of the movie, so we have to talk about this.
Oh, that's why. It's because it's in between when Sim shows up and when he conducts the interview. That's why. So yeah, sorry. Let's go back for
So
a
wait, the
second.
dad's already dead then when they're fucking in the house.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, but we gotta go back for a second. After Sims does the Flasher costume, the drunk asshole father shows up,
Nearly?
totally drunk.
Nearly takes out his own mailbox.
You heard him. He was wee
Yeah.
having a damn good time. Comes in, nobody's around. He's like, oh shit, she finally left me, huh? Oh well.
Well, that was after he's like, "Oh, where's my dinner?"
It's like,
expecting
thanks for the
everything.
dinner, honey. What a dick. Yeah, so he shows up and the lights are out. No, the lights go out while he's walking around because Michael Myers has perfect timing.
Yes.
And he assumes it's the boogeyman. He's like, I guess it's a boogeyman. I'm not afraid of you. And he's just walking around the house, dicking around.
Well, he's walking. I think specifically down to the basement to the circuit breaker.
Yes.
And once he gets down there, oh no, you're right. He is kind of walking around, but then I don't know if it took me a while, like a second time to hear it. He hears the washing machine going off in the basement.
Oh yeah.
Goes down there, checks it out. He's like, "What the hell? The power's off. What the hell's going on?" Goes over to it, slowly turns it off, slowly opens it. There's just a bunch of bloody sheets in there. Why did Myers do laundry? I don't know. Elaborate plan to trick the father, I guess.
I'm just going to put these sheets in here until somebody
yeah.
finds them.
Whatever.
Then I'll teleport through the electricity I created to power this machine.
Yeah, because the power's off, so it's just the powers of Myers. I don't know. Whatever. He looks at the bloody sheets, turns around, Myers guts him. Apparently that's not enough to kill him as it is everyone else. He
He
also
will
has
take a
to
long time to die in this
pick
movie.
him up, and he takes the like machete, whatever he has, jams into the circuit breaker, so now there's electrical current going through it, and he just kind of like foams at the mouth and like, oh no, excuse me, he kind of foams at the mouth, and I was gonna say, and then kind of melts. Not true. Foams in the mouth, then explodes.
I loved it.
Holy shit. It was so cartoony to me, I genuinely didn't notice it the first time.
I loved it.
I just kind of glossed over in my brain. I was like, no.
Wouldn't Myers have gotten electrocuted holding him up against
He has no
that?
mask, Danny.
No, he has no mask. Also, I've come to learn that apparently water isn't a very good conductor of electricity.
Pokemon lied to us?
Yeah, it kills electricity. Like if you
Really?
if you plug a toaster in and then sit in a tub, your toaster will short out. Yeah.
So all those years they've lied to you of like, yeah, if you do this, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you
Interesting.
can eat a sandwich in a pool. Nothing will happen.
I will do that.
For two reasons. Number one, it's a wives' tale. Number two, you're an adult American. Dave. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Do it, Danny. I will support you 100%. So the dude's head explodes. We already they fuck. They get to the house.
Yeah, we
Tim is that the dude's name?
Yeah, Tip.
Tim goes to take a shower. After he takes the shower, he asks for a towel and he gets it from Michael Myers, who clearly has the symbol of the thorn
On his hand, yeah.
tattooed or something on his hand.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
Because it
very.
kind of looked like the letter P to me. I understand it was supposed to be that,
I
but it
don't know.
kind of looked more like he had like
my
a.
small ass laptop.
I'll have to
screen,
check it
that's what
again, yeah,
looked at.
because
To
I thought it was
me,
a symbol, yeah.
It looked less like the thorn symbol and more like somebody marked him for piracy.
Had
Probably
run
would have
with
been a
the East Indian
better
straight up,
concept.
did he?
Yeah.
So he gives him the towel. He opens it. Is Michael just standing there, or does Michael wait?
No, at that point he goes,
He kind of he just like
Oh,
backs
no.
up into the darkness.
Yeah.
And then he steps out of the shower and looks into like the mirror, and then he just slits his throat. And
Yeah. Which is like the cleanest kill he's done, I think.
It really was, yeah. Just the-
Precision slit of the throat.
well, no, wouldn't it be the next one when he kills the folk case too? By whatchamacallit?
I don't like her that you even called her that. not that you call her Kristen Stewart. The fact that you referred to Kristen Stewart as Case Stew.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. I heard it, and I wasn't gonna
I
let it
heard
go.
that he killed her through the pillowcase too. That's literally
No,
what I
I
heard
said
you
the
say.
fake case too.
No, that was all slow mo-y and stabby.
Was it? I thought he just like went from behind and bludgeoned her.
No, I think he just stabbed her a whole bunch.
So just to be clear, you think that she died by being beaten in the spine?
Well, no, like he not that she was being in the spine. That like he hit her from behind, and then at that point, like he stabbed her or something.
Nah, Tim's would have hit her from behind earlier. He fucked her in the ass.
He didn't though,
You don't know
He
that.
didn't.
Why do you think he had to take a shower?
because he's a teenager. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's what people do after sex.
Also, wait a minute, hang on. Wasn't he dressed in a costume? How did he get all that makeup off?
Yeah, right? He was dressed up as Frankenstein.
How did they both get all that makeup off?
It's on their thighs.
Good enough for me. Good enough for me. They didn't show us that part.
Right, we're back at Tommy's room because then Kara calls the house
Yes.
because she notices that someone's at the house.
She knows the lights on in her room.
Right.
Which is funny because she asked her, like, "Why are you in the house? Like, not why are you in my room?" Like, that'd be my question. It's more specific. It's like it still covers why are you in the house and why the fuck are you in my room?
Why are you naked on my bed?
Yeah, I can see into the house.
I thought that was funny when she's just like, "I'm across the street. Well, I'm at the house across the street
I'm
watching
at your
you."
house.
Yeah.
Wow, she's at the other
That
girl's.
is her house. Too.
Yeah.
What? This film's a mess.
Oh wait, shit, that's right.
the girl's house?
Yeah,
Mess this
think
place
about it now.
is.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Oh god. What a hot, hard mess.
Maybe. Oh wait, she didn't have time to figure anything out because then fucking Michael murders the shit out of her.
Right.
Which the girl watched. Which
Kara.
Kara watches. I'm not gonna remember this girl's name.
That's not important.
Kara watches it happen and fucking screams, which makes it all the stranger that she shows up. Is that when she just goes straight to the house? Oh no, she
No,
looks
Well, Danny
and she sees Danny.
runs over
This is
there.
the point where I thought that the Dark Man was going to kind of pay off because Danny's going to the house. He's compelled. Like, the Dark Man tells him something, right? The Dark Man shows up in the room.
Come to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go and fuck Michael Myers up. I really thought that kid was going to grab a knife.
I kind of did too.
I
Yeah,
got the
thought
feeling. I
so.
was like, is this kid about to go and murder Michael? That'd be an awesome ending to this movie.
I thought it was dumb for
They-
the kids to do, but I thought it was still
Yeah,
gonna
they
happen.
made it seem like it was going to be one of those
Fucking
where it's
rumble
like...
in the Myers
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Rune of Thorn versus Rune of Thorn.
Yeah, so Danny walks over there.
Battle of the century, Danny.
Kara follows. We get inside the house. We see Danny going upstairs. Kara decides, let me go get this fire poker first for protection.
Good weapon, too. I would choose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all the options, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what are your other options? The clamp things that they have and that weird shovel thing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
I would-
shove the bellows in them, blow them like a balloon?
I don't know. William H. Macy made a very good case for shovels.
Yeah, but it's not a full shovel,
That's
so
true.
I don't know. He didn't use a mini shovel in that film. He should have.
he used a spade at one point as a sidearm.
Is a spade a shovel?
Yeah, yeah.
Can we call a spade a spade? Is that okay?
No, you have to call it a shovel.
Oh, okay.
She goes up. She arms herself with the fire poker, and she goes up into the room. Is this when she finds? Oh, he's.
Yeah, she goes into her room first.
Yeah.
Pulls back the covers.
Which doesn't she see? Fake case do
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Totally.
No.
Come on.
Yes, she sees...
She sees her first, right?
Yeah, because her
Which
head's
it's
above the
weird that
covers.
she pulls back the covers to check
I think
because she just witnessed the murder, so she knows this bitch is
Not
dead.
even that. You could also see that because they show a piece of the sheet from underneath that it's just covered in blood. So it's like it's one of those where you know what's under there.
Why?
are you gonna go check?
maybe it was. She said that she was with Tim.
Right.
Oh,
So
Tim's in the
maybe it
shower.
was to check. Maybe it was to be
Make
like,
sure.
there's clearly something under that. I hope it's not my brother.
Okay, I'll give
Oh,
you that.
totally my
Oh,
brother.
totally, totally him.
I'll give it to you then that way. Yeah.
Danny's off being all trancy and lost in his own brain that she has to shake him out of. He's seeing visions of the.
Oh yeah, because he was hanging out
Dark
in
Man.
Michael Myers' room or his room,
Yeah.
which inconveniently Mike Myers shows up right behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's something with the room. Because if this kid's got the mark of the rune of thorn, and he's in Michael Myers' room,
That would make sense.
Yeah, it's possible.
Considering
room
there has
makes people
been
crazy.
no other ruin.
ruin in the entire
Anything.
town, the entire planet
Yeah.
since Nordic times. The fuck.
Oh
Yes,
man. So yeah, he shows up. She tells Danny to run. He does. I think she goes to run, or she slowly backs out, and then for some
Yeah.
reason, her mother pops out of the attic, upside down, all bloody.
Right.
Murder Rain Man strikes again.
Yeah, he must have set up an elaborate tripwire.
In the time that they were in the room.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it took him a second to go into the door frame. He was setting that up.
What an asshole.
Oh, absolutely. The director who wrote this movie, yeah, absolutely. So once the mother falls, she freaks and runs downstairs. I don't know if you noticed it, he pulls the axe out of the mother's face
Yeah.
and then
He
follows.
arms himself. with
Yeah.
the-
And then
the
follows.
pre-used axe.
What is she? She like hides behind like the world's smallest corner and whacks him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, it was so weird. It was so weird to me also that was the first time like anyone
I saw to do
like
that.
really. If I just hit him, he'll fall downstairs. Are you serious?
I thought it was comical to me, him falling down those stairs.
Yeah.
I thought it was very funny. It was almost slapsticky. One of the most world's dangerous killers just falling downstairs.
This is the part where I was like, all right, hang on a second. You mean tell me you can whack this guy with enough force that he'll tumble? And no one's done that and then thought to themselves, you know, I got a chainsaw in my backyard.
Yeah.
I'll go get it right now. We'll chop this fool into pieces.
That's exactly what I thought. He's laying on the floor, and my first thought, for some reason, like maybe I have serial killer tendencies, and I'm like, all right, this is like one of the dangerous motherfuckers in the world. He's prone. Obviously, I can hurt him. It's a total fucking predator moment. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if he's unkillable, just hack his legs off.
Right?
Hack his legs off.
I mean, if he regrows them, that's a whole new level of shit we got to deal with then.
Yeah, then I'll just kill myself.
Then
then you're dealing with
I
Wolverine.
feel like at that point I could go, hey Thorn, do you really know what you guys got yourself into? Let me show you.
look what I did. Look what
I'm
he
doing,
did.
yeah.
I think we should work together, and then we can work out our distance differences. Oh, imagine that. They just fucking regrow limbs.
Okay, so he falls down the stairs. Danny just shows up next to him. Like, Danny didn't run out of the house. He just ran downstairs.
He's just watching, like, holy shit, he's falling down the stairs. He's marveling at the majesty.
Yeah. Kara walks over. They're like, oh my god, be careful, let's go. He crushes her ankle. You hear a crush.
And you hear a crunch, yeah.
And then she just kind of
limps
casually
off.
limps away. I've broken my ankle before. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do that.
I've
It's really hard to walk on a broken ankle.
I've never. It's almost impossible to walk on a sprained ankle. So I
Yeah.
can't even imagine.
So for her to be, and it wasn't like she was like dragging her foot.
Yeah, no, she was
kinda
like kind of
just skipping
hopping along.
Yeah.
Moving faster than she would have originally.
Yeah. They go ahead and run over to the boarding house. Right before they get there, though, we jump to the boarding house, which we see Dr. Loomis and Tommy arrive. They go inside, realize that the baby's gone.
Freak out.
Kara starts banging on the door. So they go downstairs, let her in. They argue more about where the baby is. This is all of a sudden when we hear a voice. Everyone hears a voice that says, "Come to me, Dad." I don't know if it says "Come to me, Danny."
It
but
just says "Come to me."
Come to me, yeah. And then he walks over to him, and it's the man in black. And the man in black lifts his hat up, and it's Dr. Wynn.
So anticlimactic.
Oh my God.
I was very excited when I saw "Come to Me" and everybody turned. I was like, "Holy shit! It just got real."
Exactly.
And then Dr. Wynn showed up. Like, "Holy shit! It just got very unreal."
I was
Exactly. I was like, oh, it's this fucker?
yeah. I was so disappointed. I was like, I kind of want to spit in his face.
Go find the actor
Yeah.
and just kick him right in the nuts.
Hey, remember what you did in '95? You suck.
Very disappointing.
Yeah. So he's just sitting there being all, yeah, I got a cult. What are you going to do about it? They walk in the door. Worst cult ever because Kara just runs past them. And they're like, oh, we should stop her. Oh, she's out of reach.
She dives out a fucking window.
Yeah, she runs upstairs.
Which
going for
made
the baby.
me laugh.
This is when we see
Oh, okay.
Mrs. B. She's got the baby.
It's like
She
some kind of knife.
pulls out a knife, which I wasn't sure if she was going to sacrifice the baby right there
Or if she was going
or if she was like, I don't know why she had that knife to begin with.
I honestly thought she was going to stab the kid. when I
I
saw
wasn't 100% sure about what was going on. While she's facing her, she lets out this weird scream and then just hurls herself out the window.
I laughed.
Literally, the thought
So
process
hard.
had to have been, they're not outside this window, go. Whatever happens out there, I'll deal with it then.
Which is weird because Michael's out there.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
What
still,
a fuck! Like,
he
she
technically should be.
loses her shit at this point. What
Michael
happens?
should have just stood right in the hole, just held the knife up. She would have just landed on it.
Yeah.
Credits.
Yes. So then there's like a bit of a flash forward. Dr. Loomis and Tommy are just like, oh, why does it feel like I've been drugged? Yeah. Dr. Loomis is like, because we have been drugged.
That's so dumb, yeah. It's such a stupid statement.
And I felt like there was an homage a little bit because they knew she jumped out a window. They knew that happened. And then they go outside to check for her, and then
Because Tommy says it. Yeah, he's like, where is she? What's class made of these days, or some shit like that. But yeah.
But I think I don't know if they did this on purpose, but I feel like that's an homage to the first movie. Because that's how the first movie ended, kind of. Is Jamie Lee Curtis is cowering in the house away from Michael, and he's really about to find her, and then Dr. Loomis shows up, shoots the fuck out of Michael. Mm-hmm. Michael goes flying out a window, lands on the grass, and they look, is like, all right. And then he comforts her, like, okay, it's over. And they look out the window again, body's gone. And that's the end of the movie. So I felt like that was almost an homage. They're like, all right, let's go. This bitch just flew out a window. Oh, she's gone.
I guess.
All right, I can see it, yeah. I didn't know that, so it's possible, absolutely.
You could be right for all we know.
Yeah, so then he's like, all right, it's his game. I know where he's going. I know where he wants to play.
Right.
And then we finally get to the end of this abortion.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is an abortion. She's trying to kill a baby the entire time.
Oh, shit. Nah, I don't buy it.
Postnatal
They
abortion.
do kind of end up in an abortion room, I guess, at the end.
Yeah, what was that?
I'm not sure if it was so much an abortion room or if it's like, yeah, we're just making fetuses here to inject women with to continue giving birth to
I think they were trying to create new Michael
kids.
Myers. It's almost like a Blade 2 kind of thing. Where
That's what I thought,
daywalkers.
too. It was either
But,
one
I
of
mean,
the-
how really... It has to be when that symbol appears in the sky. Like, what are they doing it every other day? Like...
Well, it's during the cycle of the moon. Maybe that's how long the...
No, I think it's in the sense of keeping the bloodline alive still, so that what you call Michael Myers technically doesn't go away because there's still technically someone of his same lineage still out there, kind of ordeal. But that's me.
I don't understand that, but okay, let's just go on. Yes, at the hospital, Kara is locked in a room and she hears screams in the background. So, I mean, she tries to break out of the room, but then she hears screams and she's like, I don't know, I think I'll stay here.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis and Tommy arrive at the hospital and Dr. Loomis tells Tommy, just stay put, I'm going to go find Wynn with this gun. Or I have a gun and I'm going to go find Wynn. Tommy hears some screaming and then he goes to look for it. It almost looked like he was praying before that. Did anyone else notice that?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like he did.
That's probably the appropriate response to
It
that
probably
situation.
is. He did have there was a part where he put a crucifix under his shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did
I
it
was
for
going to
some
say,
reason.
right
I
before
don't
he
know
went to go
why.
see Dr.
Yeah,
Loomis at the
I felt like-
Halloween fair.
Yes.
Dr. Loomis is a devout fucking atheist, so I need to put
Jewish
this away.
Jewish as shit.
He won't help me if I have a psychotic.
No. So inside Dr. Wynn's office, Wynn greets Loomis, and I kind of just wrote the gist of it because it didn't make any sense. Basically, Dr. Wynn says that Michael is pure, uncorrupted evil, and that Jamie's baby will be the dawn of a new age. That's really it. Doesn't really explain
And
what
that-
the age is. Or...
No, not what the age is. And I think, and he says that he was the first one to notice the evil in Michael, that Loomis was the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he tried to give him his job at the hospital back, because he could somehow sense the evil, and if he saw something in another baby, he's like, all right, that's the kid.
I could
Get
see
him."
that. Absolutely.
That's,
The only thing that makes sense in this
The
film.
only coherent
The only,
thread.
yeah, absolutely.
And I had to do some digging for that one. I just came up with that off the top of my head.
Yeah, so he tells him, dawn of a new age. Loomis gives I love it. It's so dramatic. You are a madman. And he pulls the gun on him, goes to shoot him.
I
But
really
some
like
dude.
the way he was leading up to it, I thought it was going to be way more over the top than that.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was going to scream, "You are insane!" I was almost let down. But then again, so I throughout most of this
Throughout
movie.
most of the film, exactly.
Pretty much that TED explode was the only part I liked.
Some guy walks in the office, knocks Dr. Loomis out with a billy club, and then tells Dr. Wynn, "Oh, we're ready for you."
Very casual.
Totally casually. Nonchalant as shit.
It's just a Tuesday for this guy.
We go back to Tommy, and he walks into a maximum security ward. He mocks it, too. Maximum security, because he just walks right in. A door opens while he's in the area, and he assumes it's Kara, so he just starts whispering Kara. But some insane bloody woman jumps out.
Yeah.
She gives some weird speech about, damn, like, how does it feel to be damned? And then I guess she just kind of dies. And then he goes, "Oh, shit." Like, I think it may have been the one genuine comedic moment in the film. Where he's like, "Oh, shh." I love it. He didn't even go, "Huh." He just went, "Shit." He's just so shocked. He's like, "Shit, man. What do I do?" And then when he says shit, Kara hears him. So she's like, "I'm in here. Help me." He grabs a fire extinguisher, starts breaking down the handle. Again, another bit of a comedic moment, I feel, because you see Myers walk out of the door, and he kind of just like looks at him. He's like, starts beating the door handle again.
I thought it was funny also how Myers, it's like he's just wandering around the mental institution at this point. There's no rhyme or reason. It looks like he's just kind of, he's not walking for Tommy. He's just walking along and looks over and is like, "Hey, this asshole." Like, I just thought it was funny how Michael just seemed to be on a leisurely stroll.
I go one step back. It's not really a leisurely stroll because he comes out of that bloody woman's room, so he's just going on a leisurely murder rampage. Like, he's just murdering anyone. It's not even about the lineage anymore. It's not even about people in his way.
I read it on the wiki when I was trying to figure out this shit. I went onto Wikipedia to read the plot synopsis. It claims that at this point, Michael was tired of being controlled and decided to rebel against the cult. According to Wikipedia.
Again, why?
Based on what?
Well, yeah, based off what?
Yeah,
and why now?
Exactly. Isn't this the first movie the cult is introduced?
No, I think it's slight, like the thorn and stuff is introduced in like
the rune
5
is
and
there.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but mostly it's.
Which, why did it take him so long to be like, you know what? I don't want to do what a cult is telling me to do.
Like, I don't. And then it still goes into the fact is what, because clearly then he has motives and he's following some sort of cult law. But then what? So what then? Is he trying to kill the rest of his family just so it can finally end? Is he like what's like? Why does he still look for these
Yeah,
people?
No, you're right. That's interesting.
It's just, like I said. I feel it's just such a mess that it's impossible to make sense of it, really. So Myers walks out of the insane lady's room, but Tommy, just in time, breaks down the door that Kara's behind, grabs her, moves on, goes to it's like an iron bar door, closes it. He reaches through, grabs Kara's hair. I laugh my dick off because he grabs her by the throat and squeezes, and she says, "Oh God, let go of me!" No hint of her throat being touched at all. Tommy grabs what I think is a flare gun.
Yeah.
That's what it appeared like. Which is it's a mental hospital. What do you need a flare gun for? Especially in the middle of the maximum security ward. Like, where are you gonna shoot a flare to the end of the hallway?
Just shoot a crazy person attacking. Set him on fire.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
The flares work like that?
Shoot him in the chest. He goes down. They get to a hallway with lots of pipes overhead, kind of reminiscent of the opening scene with all those pipes.
Yeah, I think this is the same place.
Yeah.
It's definitely the same
It
place.
must be because it leads to the other side of the hospital, or another hospital if that's the case. Just a secondary hospital connected by underground tunnels. Doctors are in an operating room, and Kara sees Danny. Oh, I left out. There's actually a little bit before that where they kind of just. It's so weird because they're walking down these like darkly lit hallways with pipes, and they come to this like chain link cage. I think it's chain link, and they open it. And it's a full on hospital.
Yeah.
There are rooms, there are doctors, there's operating rooms.
It's an active hospital.
Yeah. It's really weird to me that they just
behind this door is madness. Behind here, it's a normal day. Normal day at Sacred Heart.
Then I guess that's where the Jamie from the beginning was being held. Then I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess somewhere around there. But yeah, so then they peek their heads over. They see a bunch of doctors. There's an operating room. They peek in there. Kara sees Danny and almost loses her shit. Tommy he puts his hand over her mouth and like punkers down at her, almost to the point where I'm like, I think this is kind of borderline rape.
I was about to say yeah.
Kind of like
It's force of some sort.
You're definitely doing something.
You shouldn't be doing this, bro.
And while they're freaking out about Danny and be quiet and all that stuff, Myers walks in the room, and he just keeps going, walks right past him. They hit something metal.
Yeah, I guess
There's a
knock
clang.
over a pipe.
I
or
don't know what
something?
they clang. They clang
They
something.
make a convenient noise.
Myers hears it, walks back, decides, well, pipes just fall sometimes, walks away from it.
Gravity's the thing.
Yeah, gravity. Hey, I have no mass. Other things have mass. I know
I've
this.
learned this over my
Yeah, these are
lifetime.
things I've learned. Yeah, Tommy sneaks over to the operating room door and tries to peek in. And when he does, a bloody corpse flies at the window, and it's just Myers murdering everyone.
Slashing.
Everyone. And this is the point where you're like, oh, he's done.
He's gone.
He's
Full Myers.
done, yeah.
Which one did they really think was gonna happen? That they were just gonna hang out there with him in the same building, and he wasn't gonna be like, "Hey guys, fuck you guys. I'm just gonna kill you because that's my thing."
That's what I don't get about this cult. They know.
What they have on their hands.
Yeah, and they just pretend like it's not a real thing.
It's like Jurassic Park.
It is! It really is!
All the way down to the genetic experiments.
And the old white guy with a beard.
Oh, God.
So, everyone starts dying. Tommy's like, run! He grabs the kid. Kara grabs Danny. Some very, very cut-up doctor kind of stumbles out and starts to follow them.
Begging for help.
Yeah, not specifically following them, but just away from Myers. Mm-hmm. They get back to, I guess, that iron bar door, close it, so that the doctor's trapped behind there with
Poor
Myers.
bastard.
I don't understand. Like, this is another thing where I'm like, body physics, I'm pretty sure, don't work that way. He crushes the guy's head against the iron bar door, and then pushes the iron bar door down, as if the guy wouldn't have then just been pushed through the bars, because he's all skinned now.
That's what I thought too. I was like, well, right, wouldn't his face just go through the bars
Nope.
if you're pushing it that hard with
No,
force?
it would apparently create a flat surface that the guy would then be able to use for leverage.
Just flattened out. This man is Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, so they run, they lock that door, he just pushes it over, it's bullshit. They keep running down hallways, they reach a locked door, dead end, and an open door, run to the open door. This is when we get this weird, science-y abortion room lab thing that we were talking about before. Yeah, all the Kara, Tommy, Danny, and baby Steven. He's still there. He's still alive. They all cower for a couple of seconds before Kara notices the fetuses that we were talking about. Myers then punches a hole through the door. They all scatter. Well, not really. Tommy scatters, and the 3 other people go hide behind a pipe. Kara has this large pipe. So it's capped too. I don't know if you noticed that. The pipe is capped.
Yeah,
so that means that was
I
just
missed that,
it was
yeah.
just there's a capped pipe just laying around in a science lab.
Some lazy steam fitter left.
Yes, that's exactly what some lazy piece of shit was like, just leave that there. They use it.
This will be important in a critical moment for somebody
exactly.
later.
Yeah, they'll use it to pry something open. Don't worry. Yeah. He starts to kind of walk towards the area that Kara's in when Tommy pops out from behind and goes, Michael, you've won. You've won. And he goes to give him the baby when, conveniently, the baby moans. Just kind of like,
Somebody feed me.
That was it. No, there's no crying. He just goes, and then Myers is like, oh shit, I've heard that sound before.
I've been had.
Pushes him, just tosses him into a wall. Oh, excuse me, actually, Tommy first jabs 4 plungers full of corrosive liquid into him. And then
I don't even know why those are there.
the corrosive liquid, yeah, I don't know why either, but they are, along with the 5 very large plungers, and yeah. No, it's all there for
It's
some
all
reason.
Drano.
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was, just like some neon.
That and plungers go together, I guess.
So he tosses him in the wall. Kara shows up and just starts banging on his head with a pipe. She's a woman, so she's not strong enough.
ineffective.
Doesn't do anything. Yeah. Myers grabs her by the head and chokes her on the table. Danny says, "Leave her alone." So he does immediately. He's like, "All right," and tries to go after Danny and the kid. Best acting in the film by this kid at this point when he starts just bloody murder screaming for his mother. I was genuinely scared for that kid at this moment. I was like, "Oh my god, he's definitely gonna die."
That was just the actor calling for his mom to get him out of this horrible picture.
But at the same time, it didn't seem like Mike Myers was gonna.
Oh, ever
Michael
reach
Myers,
him?
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. His body was too wide. He
Right,
couldn't fit
exactly,
by those
yeah.
things. But still, I mean, the kid was playing it off fantastically. I thought.
Only good acting this whole.
Yeah. Well, no, Paul Rudd we've already established.
That's true. Paul Rudd is natural. That's not acting. That's just him.
Yeah. So he freaks out, just starts saying, "Mommy, Mommy!" Tommy jabs another corrosive needle in him, and then just starts banging on him like it's a drum with the pipe.
And because he's a man, this time it works.
Yeah. Dr. Loomis conveniently shows up with a gun, uses it to shoot a security pad, and then takes Kara and Danny in an elevator just away. I guess up to safety. Just away, really. Yeah. Danny wails on Myers with a pipe for a couple more seconds, and then he's dead, and he's like, okay, good, and he starts to walk away. And he's like, no, he's not. Goes back, starts wailing on him some more until like some green liquid comes out. I wasn't sure if that was his blood or if he beat him so bad that the corrosive liquid started to fall back out of him.
That's the only way that's the only
One
thing I'll
of those-
accept, the corrosive liquid.
Okay.
I refuse to believe he has green blood.
Blood? Yeah, right.
He's not an alien.
Maybe it's not so much blood as maybe it's like brain juice coming out
Green
because.
juice isn't green though, is it?
But I'm not saying
Please
just the brain juice.
elaborate on your expertise in brain juice.
But I'm just saying, it could have been a mixture of the brain juice along with like.
Yeah, I assume it's just general, 20-year-old decomposing body gunk.
Right.
Just the gunk that's collected that's finally, his blood decomposed and turned to sludge, and that's what fell out. Whatever. Jump to outside of the hospital in the Jeep. Tommy asks Dr. Loom, come with us. Dr. Loom says, I have a little business to attend here, and they drive off. We go back to the science lab for a second. We see that the Myers mask is not only clean, but laying just on the ground and next to an empty syringe. Then we hear this very weird, scream, like a yell.
That's supposed to be Dr. Loomis's scream.
That, maniacal...
Well, no, it was the yell of pain or terror, or
Why?
because Michael got to him. Michael took off the mask and fucked his shit up.
Okay.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Yeah.
That's what Wikipedia said. Down to the.
Have you tried to have your own thoughts outside of Wikipedia?
No, because I can't make any fucking judgments on this movie otherwise.
Then why are you here? We go back to the Myers house, and a lit pumpkin is shown. The end. That's it. It's the film. If you're thinking we missed something, no, didn't. Film sucked. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that lackluster ending.
It was horrible. It was okay. Well, all right, it wasn't okay up until then, but I feel like a decent ending may have been able to save it.
Probably.
Maybe. But the ending that we got didn't make any
If they
sense.
did it better than we're a cult and we're gonna take him back to the asylum and we're gonna apparently, I guess, dissect his kid.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't
sense.
understand what they were gonna do with the kid.
There's
I knew they were gonna perform some type of surgery on him or something. Like, because you could just stab a kid in an alley. You don't need a hospital for
Right,
that.
exactly.
So I assume it was supposed to be some
Genetic,
like
that's
weird.
It's part of his bloodline. Something to do with the bloodline. I don't know. Something to do with the kid.
But I don't. I just don't buy that bloodline storyline. That I just no. Just anytime I just no. Anytime it gets brought up. When it was over, I genuinely went, really? That's it? I was confused. I was shocked that it was over. I thought there was gonna be more to the story.
Yeah,
I
should have been.
It's one of the only few films where I watched the whole way through and went, I definitely deserve my money back. I definitely deserve it. Absolutely 100%. It was such a bad ending.
It really was. Like we were saying, there's so much not loopholes.
So many unexplained questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many holes in the plot.
That was the problem
so
too.
many...
It was supposed to fully explain the reason behind Michael Myers, and it was also supposed to be the end because that was how they advertised it. This is how it all ends.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently not, because he took the mask off and kept going, or is that it? He took the mask off, now he's a different guy. Now he's
I guess.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right? It's depressing that they even said that. And it might be a possibility. I genuinely would enjoy it if the government went, no, you people are required now by law to create another film. You've screwed up so bad, you've created like a hate crime or something, and you've got to fix it.
Seriously, yeah. Because it's so badly set up, and none of it really makes sense from one scene to the next.
Allegedly, the producer's cut makes more sense, but I can't imagine. If the Thorn is involved, I can't imagine it makes more sense.
Well, the Thorn was supposed to be less cartoonish. The ending was supposed to focus more on the Thorn and explain and elaborate. I mean, yes, if the Thorn is involved, but that's because the Thorn was choppy and unexplained.
But if they're supposed to be involved, I don't want an explanation of why they're here at the end. Give it to me at the beginning when they first show up, or
there's
some point in the middle instead of going,
well, that could have been a twist.
Here's the leader, and here's apparently everyone else who's part of this group too. We are all part of the sane asylum.
Well, you don't even know that would have been the thing.
But I mean, it still would have brought forth the question of if he's trying to kill his family lineage, why would he want the kid? That's what I'm saying. I read that in the director's cut, he actively wants the child, Michael. Like, I guess to raise as his own, but like, what? I don't know.
I think that's why they wanted Danny also. I think because it bugged me that they took Danny and Kara to begin with. Like, that part I didn't get at first, but upon thinking of it, if that kid was supposed to also have the rune of the Thorn with him, his entire family is dead at that point. So maybe they were going to try to initiate him by having him kill his mother and extinguish his own family line.
But
I know it has nothing to do with the baby, but...
No, I know, but what do you mean? Myers is still alive.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can just... Then there'd be two of them.
Yeah, double your serial killers.
Double your
body
fucked
count.
upness. They can't control the first one. They're going to create another one, control that one, and then just have it
Maybe
fight the first one forever.
Maybe that was the point. Maybe they're trying to get Danny to fight Mike. I'm grasping so many straws here.
No, keep grasping, because you're actually starting to make a little bit of sense. I'm starting to that kind of makes sense.
Maybe they were going to... But that would take so long for them to raise him up. Maybe they wanted his DNA. Maybe that was the thing. They were going to create a hybrid of the two runes.
That's pretty much my problem, is the science aspect of it. There's no reason for any
just
science
thrown
in
in.
this.
It's just
There's
thrown
no
in.
there's no
No.
reason for a science
It's
lab or a
thrown in
hospital.
to seem
You've got
contemporary.
ritualistic cult religious stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
don't
good
throw
on its
science
own.
into this.
Yeah, don't mix your science with
That's why I'm
mythology.
yelling about mass. All right. Let's see if we can get some fun out of this. We play a little game.
Yes.
Opinions and assholes. Let's see how many are both this time. Oh, I just wanted to point out that it was a little difficult to pick these, because pretty much all of the 5-star reviews were either large paragraphs of the summary of the entire film, or them essentially just saying, I like that they explained Michael Myers' need to kill, which they fucking did not.
People are dumb.
Yeah, that's exactly. All right, so this first one is titled The Worst in the Series. I felt bad for the poor family living in the house. Heartless, gory, and just plain bad. 1 out of 5 stars. Like,
Okay.
are you serious? You felt bad for the fam? Like, that's your justification for 1 star.
That's an opinion. I mean, he's an idiot, but that's an opinion.
Exactly.
He's an asshole, just like he's not in being negative. You're just an asshole. You're a silly asshole.
Yeah. Not a purposeful asshole, but a silly one. Exactly.
It's an opinion of a silly asshole.
Again, damn it! Breaking them all. All right, this next one, same as the last one, just written by a customer. No specific name. Can't pinpoint. Stupid. How can any of you say this was the best of the series, or even one of the better ones? I thought it was terrible. I mean, what the heck? Michael joined some sort of cult or something? Give me a break. Halloween 4 was definitely the best of the whole series. It was scary, unpredictable, and couldn't be topped. Halloween 6 just plain sucked, and I give it 2 beers down.
What an asshole.
Yeah, especially because, like, if you down 2 beers, isn't that a good thing? Like, what do you do?
That means you have to keep that down 2 beers to enjoy it.
That kind of seems like not enough.
No. Kind of lightweight.
Oh, that's maybe he's like 100 pounds. That's true.
Yeah. And if it's like Canadian beer, which is like moonshine, according to Big Daddy.
All right, so 2 opinions, huh? Oh, no, you said this guy was an asshole. That's right.
Yeah, he's
a dick.
I hate to say it, but he's an over-opinionated
I think I'm going to have to stop this fucking game. Doesn't seem to be working right. All right, this next one is from Brett in Ohio. It's called The Worst in the Series? Again?
That's a lot of opinions on this.
All right, apparently, yeah, worst in the series. 1 out of 5 for everyone that I've said so far, in case I didn't mention it. Halloween 6 is by far the worst in the series. It ties him in with the druid and tells how he became motivated to kill. Horribly made. Donald Pleasance looks like Santa. You could just see him looking out in the audience saying, "This is awful." Also, I haven't seen this much gore or killing in a long time. I think more people died in this movie than in 1, 4, and H20 combined. This movie is similar to Halloween 2 in the gory category. This movie is also only really good if you haven't seen any of the others, but know the storyline. False.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely false, as proven by us.
And he's also incorrect about 1, 4, and H2O combined.
Yeah.
Well, he was just making an assumption. He
Well,
didn't look up wiki like you did.
Now we're both asses. You see what happened? Making assumptions.
This 14. All right, I'm not.
Yeah, don't. He's an asshole. Who cares? 1 out of 5 he gave it. All right, finally. This movie is a smash hit.
Whoa.
I personally think Halloween H2O was the best of them all, even better than Part 6. If anyone really and truly wants to know, Part 1 told the story, but never said why he killed his sister. In fact, I don't think any of the Halloween films indicate why Michael killed his eldest sister when he was 6 years old. I mean, maybe it was a curse, but like Halloween Part 1 said Michael, this 6-year-old boy, was just standing there holding a knife in his hands. If you just take one look at his eyes, you'll see the evil. His eyes are as black as the devil's heart. This guy is the devil. 5 out of 5 stars.
It's an opinion.
And that truly is.
Yeah. They misspelled a year.
I think I'm just upset with how many people have genuine opinions on this film. Like, there's nobody being a dick about it. It's just people going, I liked it. I don't know what's wrong with it. You're wrong.
No, there's one guy being a dick.
You're all wrong. All right, that first guy with the beers.
Wouldn't you make
Okay, so yeah. Would you make a sequel, Mr. Read Ahead?
I'm sorry.
Would you
I mean,
make
they did make a sequel. I would.
I know all of us know that they made a sequel, so it's kind of hard to...
I would make a remake and do it better. I mean, I guess I could say that about all the films that we do on the show.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't remake it. I think, if anything, apparently Halloween H2O did the right thing by going, no.
This didn't exist.
Yeah, that no.
Yeah.
This now avoids everything that's happened. No, go away.
Yeah, there's nothing more to say. Like you said, it was supposed to be the end. His mask is sitting there. Loomis is assumed dead.
Oh, that's you. Yeah. I don't presume him dead at all.
Yeah, the only reason I would make a sequel, honestly, is to explore Danny's coming of age and murdering his mother. Like make a new generation of Mike Myers. That's honestly the only thing I would do with the sequel is to make basically the new generation of Halloween and see if you could
But it makes you wonder, though, being that the cult is dead, does he still even have it in him anymore? Because he was technically only really pulling out the knife when he heard the calling from the guy telling him to kill.
Because I feel like the cult was a thing that worshipped or tried to influence it through. I mean, if it's indeed a Celtic ritual and a Celtic thing that happens, it's not the cult pushing; it's the phases of the moon. So the cult is just kind of piggybacking on this thing and trying to harness its power.
I guess.
So I don't know if the cult has much to do with it. Like, who knows?
I don't understand why there isn't any other power in the universe.
Yeah.
Why is this single room the only one that works?
Right.
That's my problem when you start bringing magic into shit. Because then it's like, well, why isn't there?
Magic?
Why is this the only magic that exists? Why isn't there some counter cult?
That'd be a cool movie.
Oh, yeah. Anything else would have been a cool movie, probably. Okay, yeah, just to clarify, though, there were some sequels. There was Halloween H2O, which was followed by Halloween Resurrection, which was followed by a reboot of the series, which they made Halloween 1 and 2 in 07 and 09, respectively. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they did it. All right. Once again, thank you for joining us. Living through this nightmare of a film. I don't want to call it a nightmare because it's a horror film, and I feel like calling it a nightmare would be a compliment. Yeah, this pink fuzzy elephant of a film. We're done with it. I hope you are too. If you would like to keep up on everything Why Would You Make This, past episodes, future episodes, you can follow us on Facebook, Tumblr, or Twitter by searching WWYMT. You can listen to past and future episodes of WWYMT on wwYMT.libsyn.com or by subscribing to us in iTunes, in your podcast app, on any one of your iDevices. If you have one, you probably know how it works. Android owners can use the DoublePod app. We find that works very well for our needs. Today's Troy McClure clip comes from Lisa the Simpson, the 17th episode of the 9th season of the television series The Simpsons. Our intro music is Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris. The outro song, that's going to be that shitty soft rock song that I heard.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm going to do. See, because I feel like
not the Halloween theme.
No, well, everybody knows that.
I guess.
And that's why I want to put this shitty song in so people can hear it and go, "Oh wow, that's the most generic rock song from the 90s I've ever heard." That song is titled "And Fools Shine On" by Brother Kane. So enjoy that if you can. For Danny Money, Joey.
Yay.
Still no nickname. I am Jimmy Time. And please remember that without the mistakes of others, we would be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.